Got a president yet, so I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Everything late.
Hell, if we can wait on them, they can wait on us.
It's say,
right.
we live?
Yeah, we live. We are officially live.
Not that.
I love this already.
So I'm gonna play some music. This is our intro music. Hey. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sparring Session. We live, y'all. What's up, y'all? It's Boog and friends.
Hey.
Got my girl Tangerine.
Hey.
What up?
We got Brock and we got Jay on my grind.
Hey.
And we're gonna have a little discussion today. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a good time with it. We're not professionals. Let me just put a disclaimer out there right now. I'm not getting paid by ESPN or Fox or
well played.
You know what I'm saying? Not yet.
But we can.
But
yeah,
our opinions,
if we need.
But our opinions are valid. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Our opinions are valid. They are ours. They don't belong to nobody else. So whatever we say, that's what it is in that moment.
I feel you.
I ain't gonna lie, this music is gorgeous. I'm feeling
I feel
it.
like I'm in a jazzy elevator.
or you walking through the lobby of a W.
Or I'm on hold, you know.
Hey, well, you know, this is Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
A lot of Detroiters like house music. I love house music.
I don't. I'm not a house music person.
You can't go wrong with house music, bro.
So just
I'm not a house music person. I do apologize.
Why?
I don't know. It don't really do nothing for me. I like.
Wait, so you've never been to a club and got
you don't feel that? You don't feel that?
I'm feeling it now, but I can't just sit at home and listen to house music. No.
It's the groove.
So shameless plug. I made this track.
Really?
Okay.
Nice.
Have it.
So here's the problem with everything you just told me. I'm gonna ask you for it, and then when I'm gonna play it in my car, and when people be like, "Man, who's that?" I'm like, "Oh, you know me. You know, I also dabble in music. I'm a liar."
You gonna take credit?
You're a little dabbler.
He said he gonna take the credit.
Hey, but at least I was honest in the beginning. But no, that mug is clean. That track is clean.
That's hilarious though.
Like that's what it's. But this is to me. Isn't house music techno?
Well, all of it.
That's what it used to be called. It used to be called techno.
So all of it is under the umbrella of electronic music, right?
Yeah.
So yes, technically, it was considered techno at one time.
Give me some hood stuff or some R&B.
Give me some hood stuff. Or some R&B.
Let me be like,
you said hood stuff. You're talking no trap.
Let's go.
No trap. That's fine.
He said I want some Jeezy. What I want.
Hello.
Jeezy's cool. I can do Jeezy.
Yeah.
This isn't about me. Let's house music and all that.
Well, you know, I can't really play the copyrighted stuff.
That shoulder.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want them cutting us off or whatever. So I figured if I play my own instrumentals, we'd be all right.
Well played.
Until I give me an official intro song. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shoot, that's right. Let that be it. That way,
so anyway, everybody that's joining, what's up? Welcome to the Sparring Session, music and sports podcast with yours truly, Boog. And as y'all see, my homies is in here. We got Professor Clarkson.
What up?
We got Miss Tangerine.
Hey.
My girl Jay on my grind.
Yo,
and
what's up?
The distinguished gentleman himself, Mr. Brock.
Hey.
So we're gonna have some discussions today. I sent y'all some topics ahead of time. I was trying to be professional. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
I ain't want to just be
very professional with
off the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm glad we got rid of number 3 because the original third topic I really wasn't a fan of was that if you had your choice between a Popeye chicken sandwich or $5, what would you choose? I'm glad we in the production we got rid of that one. It was cool.
I'm glad too.
Yeah,
No,
good.
what I'm glad
I mean,
about is that
we can talk about
production
that
didn't
too
do
now.
what I had to go through.
Yes, you went through a
Yes.
lot. But that's why this is even more special.
Y'all don't know.
They see you at your best, baby. Let me tell you about this.
Yeah, y'all didn't see me at my worst. 'Cause about 15 minutes ago, the kid was struggling. Okay.
At your best, you are love.
Come
You
on,
got
come
me.
on here.
I don't know.
Lord.
Okay, I'm being quiet.
So we gonna dive into the first topic.
Okay.
We're gonna keep it simple. Everybody will get a chance to give their opinion and their thoughts on this very topic. So the first topic is the impact of COVID-19 on the music and sports world. What do you think the impact has been since COVID started? Been in this damn pandemic.
It's been crazy. Like, if you think about artists, they haven't been able to travel. They haven't been able to do shows. So that's for more your like stable artists. But for like new people, this internet has been a whole new world.
Right.
I'm sorry. I just heard of D Nice doing this
Yeah.
pandemic. I never knew him
Oh,
before.
wow.
That's a
Pandemic.
prime example right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I think the general public didn't know necessarily D Nice, especially as a DJ.
Right.
That's fair.
So if you
Right.
were really into music, you knew D Nice as a
You just knew
hip hop
the
artist.
There you go.
Oh,
I heard the name. But I never knew him as a DJ.
I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The name, I never knew him as a DJ. And
Because people didn't know that he was DJing back then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've heard the name,
and he
but
got
but when the pandemic started, and then everybody my timeline was flooded. Like, yo, check out D Nice. He doing this, he doing that, and he doing numbers on his page, and I'm like, yo, I'm like, this dude is crazy.
Yeah, like he really changed the game for IG, especially because you remember at one time there's only a certain amount of time that you go live on IG. So like we're 235 days into COVID-19, or like I say, the longest game of Jumanji of all time. And inside this really long game of Jumanji, you know, I feel like if you are an artist who felt like you needed it, like to book a gig or book an arena or anything else, you just bring people directly to you as long as your Wi-Fi is great. So I think that's been a major benefit. With sports, I feel like we've seen the evil of sports, whereas we know how much of a billion-dollar business it is and how people will make any type of sacrifices just to make sure they get that dollar. So those to me have been like the biggest impacts for me in regards to like COVID-19 for real.
And how much with COVID
will tap into their creativity too. Being locked in for at that time an undisclosed amount of time. We didn't know how long the shutdown was going to be. So you got to factor in people not being able to go to the studio, people not really being able to be in their creative elements. So some people had to just shut in and tap into their creativity that way, or, you know, do online collaboration. So, I mean, I think it really affected music in the sense that you couldn't really physically go to the studio, but it benefited artists who had like home studios. You know, you could still be creative if you have a home studio, but if you are an up and coming artist or you didn't really have an outlet, that you may have really taken a hit in terms of the recording aspect. But I mean, it would give you time to like write or come up with some other creative outlet. But I mean, people that I know on the music tip, it really affected them because they weren't able to get to studios and stuff like that to record. You know?
Right.
I think from when the biggest impact is as far as music is concerned is, I think Tange, you touched on it, is the technology, because we're so used to going out and getting music versus now everything is streamlined. Everything is online through Spotify, Tidal, all these musical outlets that we get online. We can hear it, we can buy it, we can tap into it, and further and further help that artist, financially, buy into
But
them.
going back, I didn't mean to cut you
Yeah.
off. I'm sorry.
You
Going
good.
back to what I gotta call you Tangerine on here. Going back to what Tangerine was saying.
You can use my real name. You can use it. It was better as Tangerine on here than Chandra. I have fake names.
No, you call her Lady Tangerine. That's what we call her, Lady Tangerine.
Lady Tangerine.
Yes.
So eloquently stated. But going back to the DJ D Nice thing, it was times when at the very beginning when he first started spinning and people wasn't really getting hit, because I've always followed D Nice, so it wasn't a new thing. I didn't get on the D Nice bandwagon. I was already following him. So when he started DJing the one night, it's like 3,000-4,000 people in there. I'm like, okay, no biggie. He's spinning tunes like, normal or whatever. But then he started picking up momentum and it became a dependency. We all started looking forward to his sets like, I don't know what y'all about to do, but D Nice about to be spinning at 8. So don't call me, don't text me. I'm not watching no TV. I'm watching D
Friday
Nice.
night.
Right.
This is a Friday night.
Yeah, like it was the thing to do. Like on here, his set, like it was almost like the equivalent of if I could bring the club to my living room and relax, and it gave me an outlet, a chance to chill, and kind of not forget, but kind of like put the COVID in the back of my mind, knowing that we were all going through it. But music is a universal bind, so the
that's real.
to tap in all over the world and stream, we weren't conceiving this 25 years ago.
No.
But so highlight BOOG, because BOOG was he was on for a good little minute, because he had a set, and which I thoroughly enjoyed, because it's very difficult for me to hear live house music in DC. So I was like, it was a couple of tracks. I was like, yes, you better take me back to Cass, and when I could jit, because I was, in the kitchen killing it. Like,
you need to see that.
He said, when I could jit.
I was killing it, right?
That's like right.
So then the other thing too is that it also shout out for everybody, uncle, who thought they could DJ, because I think that era is gone now. Because it was like it was bad. It was
everybody. My mama had virtual DJ and was like, I can do it too.
People it ain't just pushing buttons and pressing play. You gotta have some skills on the turntable.
Right. So he was like, gee, check out my uncle. He gonna DJ later on tonight. And I was like, oh, okay. And he like, hold on. We gonna start again. No, we gonna start again.
Like, take 2.
Hold on, fam. We gonna start again.
No.
I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Like when we think about music, at least when I do, when it first started happening, maybe like the first month or two, it was kind of like people came out with music like to heal the world. Everybody wanted to do a set online because we are going through something. So it's like, how can I affect people and help people through this time where we stuck at home? For me, I've never not been out for this long ever in my life.
Facts.
As a person that go out 3 to 4 times a week, me sitting at home, Jesus, I needed all that music.
So
and I think that's where D Nice came in, because D Nice was the first
once though.
Yeah, like BOOG, I like what G was saying. BOOG, you started it. And then, because when I've always tapped into you as far as your live music, because we hung out together, and I've heard you do your DJ thing, and I appreciate what you do online. From a personal standpoint, it was all about BOOG. But then I kept hearing about D Nice, and like Tangerine said, his numbers kept picking up week after week, month after month, and it was one particular day where he was going 24 hours strong. And his numbers was like, when he hit 100,000 views, and we hearing from people like Michelle Obama, from Oprah, from all the A-listers you can think of, was stopping and showing love to this dude who was really doing his thing, because that was the first form of entertainment we've had in a COVID environment. Like we're literally sick and tired of being sick and shut in. So
Right.
so
Right.
so it was like from that standpoint, it was like, yo, I'm enjoying this. This is much. I needed this. Not the fact
Yeah.
that I enjoy it, but I needed this.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
this is the
therapeutic,
most.
and we didn't realize
Yep.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think he won. I believe someone gifted him with a humanitarian award. I would
He
push.
did win for it.
You did.
Yeah, I would push, and this is going to be my political push for the day. I would push that I would actually consider him as a Nobel Peace Prize nominee.
Oh,
And
my.
I
I
have no problem with
and
that.
and this is my educated push.
Yeah, I mean, he's still doing it too.
Right,
Mhm.
because
If you
He
pay,
ain't never
if you
Well,
pay
of
stopped.
course,
if you
He ain't
pay
never
attention,
stopped.
yeah, if you pay
Yeah,
attention to his, if you pay attention to his lives now, especially over the last 2 months, you will see now he'll have pinned in the comments the community org that he's
Right.
DJing for or whatever
he
cause
got
it was.
really
Like
big
they
with
did
the
a whole
voting.
thing the last
Yeah.
they did a
Yeah.
whole thing for the vote thing for the
Yep.
last 3-4 weeks
Right.
where every
Yep.
day that he was DJing, he had the info, what I'm saying, pinned to the top, so you'd see it when
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
logged in or whatever.
like
So
when you're talking about voter, and also the number of people he put on, how he anchored the Stevie Wonder birthday celebration was
That
amazing.
was awesome.
But also
that was
he
awesome, bro.
real talk, he's keeping
Did I
a lot
miss
of people safe. Yeah, that was
That was
I
crucial.
missed that.
That was hot.
Yeah, that was
He
crucial.
started having nights where he would just focus solely on a genre or an artist, or
Yep.
Right.
like he would do a hip hop, or then he would do a 80s, and then certain
Okay.
people would hop in, certain celebrities would hop in, and then he would pay homage to them, and he would do a whole set with just their
With just
music.
that, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know
Yep.
about all that.
He went from reggae to hip hop to R&B. He
It
did that in
became
sets.
reciprocal because the artists would tune in, and then as a show of gratitude, he would play their music, and then now you start saying, I ain't heard that in forever. Let me go turn
Right.
that on. So now other artists streaming has started increasing because he has
Yeah.
started playing music that we forgot about. He was starting
Yep.
to dig into crates and he did like a whole like New Jack Swing set that was so dope to me. And it had me listening to Guy for like 3 or 4 weeks. And I was
Me
on a
too.
whole New Jack Swing kick because his set was so like, I remembered what I was doing during the time the music came out, and it was like, I gotta hear it, So
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I don't mind that Nobel thing. I think he was more instrumental than he set out to be.
Yeah.
I agree. 2 things for me
Mhm.
was that I would say one would be the Great American when he did a Stevie Wonder set and played the little known Sesame Street track where Stevie Wonder did a song for Sesame Street. And a lot of people don't realize that. And I mean, that junk cranked. So that's one. The second thing,
Tell me about this.
1, 2, 3, Sesame Street. You are wrong.
I
Like,
heard
you
that
got
in so long.
that junk cranked.
Right, but
I-
nobody told me
so,
about this Stevie Wonder set. I'm feeling
So no,
left out.
the Stevie Wonder set was the Stevie Wonder set was brilliant because he went out of his way and played songs that he had written for like many Rippleton tracks that you don't really hear. One of my favorite tracks by a guy named Carl Anderson, which is called Buttercup, which cranks. And I think Carl Anderson is actually from Detroit, which is crazy. And tons of stuff that you just be like, man, the Pointer Sisters, like literally. There's so many tracks that Stevie Wonder was like, nah, and balled it up and threw it away. And some artist was like, oh, this is good. I'm going to take it and run. Insane.
Yeah.
So-
I agree with that.
Power of
They need to show him some hella love.
But you know what? That's that. But I love that idea about the Nobel Peace Prize because given this current time and circumstance, and he's been the one piece of unity that a lot of people can agree. Like, then look at his brother and say, "Thank you. This is needed. This was necessary."
Right.
So absolutely, that ain't too far stretch, brother. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I agree with you too.
Yeah. Give this man some roses, man. He kept a lot of people off the street, man, and during an era where we didn't really understand what COVID is, and we still don't really understand what it is for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Who you telling? Who is you telling? Yo, shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now. We got people tuning in on Facebook, Twitch, Mixcloud, and YouTube. On YouTube,
Facebook,
hey, Brock,
YouTube.
Yo said, "What's up?"
Hey, yo.
Yeah. Then we got let's see on Facebook. We got T Cry checking in. We got T Cry checking
in.
Hey, Teresa.
A Dot, what up, bro?
What up, A Dot?
Paulie, what up, man?
Hey, baby.
Arden, what up, Arden?
Hey,
what up, bro?
Oh, what's up? Ice Ink, what's up?
Yeah, we got a lot of our CT folks checking in. What's up, y'all? So
you were a technician or you wanted to be one. Good Lord.
That's the truth. At least
here we go.
Don't do that.
You said it. Hold on. You said it.
Don't do that. Don't do that on here. We're not gonna.
You said it. We didn't say
I
it.
love y'all to death, but I'm tired of y'all at the same time.
I mean, it's in your vocabulary.
Darius, what up, though? What's up, Avio?
What up, D?
You know what it is?
D, what up, boy?
You know what it is? And it's unfortunate. I think the first day that we all walked into that building in '94, they basically told us two things: "You're the greatest thing in the world, and half y'all ain't gonna be here."
Damn.
In the same breath.
They did.
No, seriously.
Well,
But it left the choice up to y'all. Y'all made your mind up.
No, but they literally was forecasting for us. You go in the first day in the auditorium and they tell you, they're like, look, it's a bunch of y'all in here. And we glad to see all y'all faces.
All y'all ain't gonna make it.
You're all gonna be amazing. You're all gonna be great. But guess what? By the next semester, 20% of y'all gonna be gone. By next year, half of y'all gonna be gone.
Yeah,
we have a huge class coming in.
Thank you for coming to our school. Here's the bell.
98 had a huge class freshman year. By senior year, it was like 500 and some kids. It was a small class graduating. But if you notice, people still that didn't graduate from class, they still attend all our events.
Listen, I graduated. I graduated in '97.
Yes,
I graduated in '97, and my prom was okay. What it is. The following year, in '98, I dated somebody from Cass Tech, and I took her to her prom. Man, when I tell you the technician prom put mine to shame.
But why wouldn't it?
But like I said, man, I knew a whole bunch of technicians. I wasn't a technician, but at that moment, I wanted to be one.
I'm glad you admitted it. Welcome to the
real, because I had a ball. So CT knows what's up, man.
We had fun. All our proms was lit.
What school did you go to?
I went to West Bloomfield. I'm a suburban kid.
Yeah. We understand.
Yeah, we definitely know you had a blast then. Yeah, man. I know from the burbs.
You go from Burton Manor in Livonia to the downtown Marriott.
In the Marriott, we'll be lucky if we find a spot next.
There you go. There it is.
Way she used to she used to giggle when that. Okay, sorry.
Go ahead, Tangy.
My bad. High school, you know.
Say
we
that,
had to
Jay.
go to everybody else to school to get hype.
Jay, you was at a good school.
But you know what? She's right. She's exactly right. She's exactly right.
There's a difference.
She went to CMA.
I know it was some letters.
There's
DSA, CMA.
Between CMA and DSA. I did not go where Aaliyah went. I did not go where Aaliyah went,
Okay.
I went to the second school with the letters.
Yeah.
But
she's right, man. You go to other schools to get hype when yours ain't necessarily hype in the first place.
That's funny.
I mean, a lot of my friends from the burbs.
But we were still kind of hype though. It was only like 90 graduating.
We had to make it hype. We had to make it hype when it wasn't.
Yeah. No.
I just remember that 94 walk-in. They said, I remember Miss Gatlin, and I'm not going to do the impersonation because I've been sworn not to do it anymore.
Her face turned up real quick at that name. Like, yo, you still got flashbacks.
Oh no, it's a great story about it.
He used to give us the business.
Oh, young man. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm
Yes.
done. No more. No more.
Wow, that's crazy.
But she looked at us and she said, "Look to your left, look to your right. Both of these people won't be here by the time you're seniors." And the two people that lived on my block, I sat between them and I was laughing like, she don't know. Yeah, I was the only one that graduated from Cass on my block.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it was real.
It was that cutthroat. It was that cutthroat.
And you wanted to stay. Like I used to hate when people used to be like, technicians don't fight, they think. But in real life, you thought about situations because you like, do I want to go to my neighborhood school or go here? It was, but you did learn walking in the hood with the bums and the prostitutes.
Hey, but technicians were scrapping though.
They were.
Oh, no doubt.
They try not to get caught.
I have been to see the news was spread around.
Listen.
The news was spread around. So we was hopping on the bus. Don't get it twisted. We went on the bus like, hey, that's such about to fight after school.
Y'all stuck together for real.
Listen though.
We have to stick together.
The Grand River bus though. The Grand River bus though.
Wasn't that Northwestern or some school in these kids?
Yo, we went past Murray Wright. We went past Northwestern.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had to pass your school, Jay. You know what I'm saying? And for some of us, you had to go all the way down to Redford.
Wow.
And Murray Wright in Northwestern was always ready for the shits.
Ready for? I got scared. I was on the bus one day.
Neighborhood school was Ford. Chandra, no. Our neighborhood school was Ford.
My parents was like, no.
My mom was like, this was not gonna happen. What you're not gonna do is go to Henry Ford High School, located on Evergreen Trojan. Is what you're not gonna do.
Wow.
That's not gonna happen. So
I
took the Cass King Renaissance test, and I didn't make it into Cass. Okay, I made it into King, and I opened that door at orientation. And the motherfucking hallway was about as long as Grand River. I looked at my mama. I said, no, ma'am, I will not. Not today. Not at 1994. I will not. And I took my ass right to Communication and Media Arts High School with Kim Woo Gray as the principal. Thank you.
My parents wanted to send me to an all-girl high school. I begged them.
Mercy?
I was like, no. Mercy? My sister went to Mercy. They wanted to send me to Marion because I was a schoolgirl.
Mercy was amazing.
I know.
Yes, it was.
Mercy was awesome. I ain't even gonna hold y'all up.
From 94,
any of the fellas that's tuning in, that's tuning in, if you knew anything about the Mercy girls when we was in high school.
Yes, sir.
One time.
I went to prom with a Mercy girl.
One time.
You went to prom with everybody.
So did.
Well played.
Rocco, I get around. He's like,
right. I get around. Round and round.
But everyone like what said, no, Mercy girls, man. Again, like technicians, if you know one, you know 1,000 of them. So it's the same thing.
All girls school wasn't my life.
We know all the same.
You said you went to Marion?
No, they wanted to send me to it, but I begged. I said, I don't want to go to an all-girl school. Like, what is my life going to be? And so I said, I would get good grades. They told me I could choose Cass, King, and Science. My sister had graduated from Cass, so I said, I want to do Cass. And I had the best experience.
From Brother Rice.
You said who?
They was going to try to hook you over somebody from Brother Rice.
Yep, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
I
was gonna try to share you with somebody from Brother Rice because see, Mercy and Marion had Brother Rice because DePores and Bishop Borges was too far in the city.
Yep.
Okay.
So y'all was gonna get stuck with Brother Rice. That's pretty lame.
I wanted to see black people. You gotta think I was coming from like Shrine, so it's like 7, 8 black kids in 8th grade, and I was in the cast like.
Keep this though, man.
I see black people.
Yeah, my high school, my high school back then was 20% black, and I knew all the black kids that I graduated, and I knew all the black kids that I graduated with. I went to last year, 2019. I went to the homecoming from my high school. It was, I kid you not, it was at least 50% black.
Oh yeah, West Bloomfield.
I mean,
is.
the whole
Wow.
football team is black.
Mhm.
So, and
Well, the whole football team to any suburban school.
I like what you did there.
They be recruiting them.
That's the only reason they want the black folks.
I was
in the
looking at the
suburbs.
news highlights and I saw some black kids playing football for Saline High School. I'm like, what
Yeah.
black people live in Saline?
Yeah, way up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They busting them.
They
Right.
be shipping them up there.
Real talk.
But she's right though. They busting these kids in because these kids came from Pontiac, Detroit,
Mhm.
Southfield. They're coming from all over just to play for that
Mhm.
team. And I'm like, oh, this is why y'all good all of a sudden. This is why y'all damn near the state champions.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So,
But you know what? In a lot of high schools, and trade secret, it's actually part of their athletic budget to bus in kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for real? Yeah,
Recruiting.
because it's recruiting, and also they know that if this school is good, then more than likely there'll be more money poured into the school through sponsorships and everything else. So this whole thing of like, I've literally seen it in DC where there was a kid who was in middle school that I taught at, and they were like, listen, we want him to come to our school. And I was like, well, listen, it's a far enough ride for him. They're like, yeah, we got a driver that'll come get him.
Hello.
And they did. They did.
You want my baby? You trying to bust my baby to your school to make some big bucks? You better pay my baby.
Listen, if they want a kid, they make sure that he'll get there.
Oh yeah,
You
absolutely.
better pay my baby. NCAA better pay these kids. I'm gonna just say that.
I need these high profile black basketball players to go to some HBCUs. That's what I want.
Please and
man. If I know then what I know now about HBCUs, I'd have been gone.
I'm gonna say this much. I'll say this much: going to an HBCU is easily top 3 one of the greatest decisions I've ever made in my entire life.
Which one you go to?
I've heard everyone says that went to HBCU.
I went to Dillard University in New Orleans, and it's one of the oldest HBCUs. 1869, the oldest HBCU in the great state of Louisiana. And I love every bit of New Orleans and love every bit of Dillard, because Dillard is a school that was built by slaves who were like, yeah, we tired of this slave stuff. We buying this land, we building a school, let's get it popping. And literally that changed when you're there, it changes your point of view. Like I knew in high school I was very, very much so very hyper aware of diaspora and black folks and everything else. But when I got to Dillard, the level just went somewhere astronomical. Like I know that I left. When I was in Detroit, I was there as Gianni Clarkson. Dillard made me G. Like Dillard made me G. And I mean, if it wasn't for Dillard, there really would be no G. And I appreciate Dillard for that.
Oh, say no.
I didn't get the black college experience. I hated it. I always wanted to go. Different World had me set like,
yes,
man,
I'm about to pledge a whole sorority. I'm about to meet my husband in my black college. He's gonna be in the fraternity.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have a small bunch of little black babies. They gonna go to HBCUs, and the world's gonna be a great place. My mother is product. My mother went to Bethune-Cookman. I'm like, I'm a guaranteed shoe-in. I'm like, shoot, mama, it's application time. I'm filling them out. I'm ready to go. I'm like, I want to go to Clark. I want to go to Spelman. She like, no. But you went to a black college. My brother went to Grambling. I'm like,
oh wow.
Everybody went to a black college. My mom was like, you're gonna go to Michigan State or you're gonna go Ohio Northern and you're gonna use that softball scholarship. I was like, I don't want to go to Ohio Northern. She was like, well, state of kids, go green.
I didn't have that. My parents said if you don't get a full scholarship, then you can't go out of state, but you can go to any school in Michigan. And it was just like, I wanted to do Tennessee State. My mom went to U of M, so I didn't want to go to U of M. My sister went to State, and I figured I followed her to Cass. I wanted to chart my own course in life.
Right.
Yeah, it was. But you know what? That's actually the
I'm like, I'm gonna go to a black college. Went to the black college tour, toured all around, and I just knew that was going to be a ticket for me to go. And my mom was like, no. Me and my mom, and I'm almost 40. Me and my mom in 2020 had a conversation, and she regretted not letting me go to a HBCU.
That's real.
That's real.
Like
And I
I'll say this.
almost wanted to enroll and be my old ass like Jaleesa and just be like 40 in a college dorm. Like,
Do that thing.
Judge me.
Get your
Listen.
Sinbad.
Be the RA. You can be the dorm
Be
mother.
RA.
Man,
They
How
gonna make
that
you the
work?
boss.
I
They
can't
gonna make
go
you the
on campus
boss.
if I already got an undergrad. How that work?
They gonna
First of
make you
all-
the boss. They gonna make
Yeah,
you the boss. You
And
are the
black
right.
and black women don't look their age no way.
For sure. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
black
the
women
RA.
don't look their age. You be good. Black women
We
don't look
don't.
their age.
We don't. We don't.
So don't.
We was all in high school in the 90s. Okay.
Well played.
Well, the end of the 90s. Let's say end of the 90s.
There it is.
The end of the 90s.
Yeah. No, we were in high school in the 90s.
mid-90s.
We were.
Mid-90s.
We were.
Yeah.
We were in high
mid-90s.
school in the 90s.
We are
Mid-90s.
nice and seasoned.
Yeah. A nice chunk of
Seasoned. I like that.
Season.
Come on, baby. With the
I'm
time.
saying.
I like that.
We are seasoned. Like,
Period.
That cast iron when you season that thing.
We are.
Okay.
We got baked. We got baked real nice.
hello. Yes. Kiss
I'll
brother.
take
Yeah.
it. But also, most
And a
importantly,
nice little
don't nobody look
melanated
their
Dutch of
age.
it.
They don't.
No.
Not at all.
Most people. Now, some
Most
people
people don't.
Most
Most people
our
don't.
life.
That's
I
true.
just,
Ain't no crystal stare for them.
Yeah.
I just,
That's like Cass Tech.
Why you pulling Langston
Ain't no
Hill?
crystal stare. Will invest her like a raisin and then run or put her over. I know some of the
Yeah.
words.
Your stairs got some nails. Your stairs got some
Wow.
nails sticking out of the wood.
Like I said, when we
walking up your stairs.
I went to reunion, I was able to recognize everybody. I was like, all right, very good,
man,
very good.
that's the best. That's the best. When
That's
I,
such and such. That's
Yeah.
such and such.
But you did see people, Gianni, that was like, oh, hey.
yeah,
You did see some people who,
Life been kind of hard to y'all.
you know.
Yeah.
No.
Listen, because I just turned
Listen.
42 last week.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, and so
Happy
people look at
belated.
me.
Happy belated.
Thank you.
That's
So
what's
when
up.
like I said, I graduated in '97, and I'm looking at my classmates like, yo, I mean, some of them, like you said, for the most part, everybody looks amazing.
Right.
Everybody looks great. But like you said, there are some who I can look at like, yeah, I'm so glad God has blessed you because you look like you had a hard life.
Yeah.
but yeah, because
That's
it's
how
like
it be.
some age better than others. Some age better than others. That's just a fact of life. Period.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad because it's like if I just shave, that's 98 Jeezy right there, and that's fine.
Come on now.
I look
You know
at,
what I'm saying?
listen, right. I look at my,
You know,
I looked at my high school senior picture. I look like I was auditioning for the Young and the Restless for my high school senior picture. I'm like, yo, like young Christoph St. John. Right, like, get that prestige.
We don't look it.
Get that prestige
I win
pose.
this point every time I go. Every time I go. They be like, you 25. I'll be like, where's my stuffed animal? Where's my bear? Here's my ID, baby. You're a little off.
I remember at work, they told table with the 35 and under because that's where I fit. I said, that's where I'm supposed to sit with 35 and under. They were like, yeah, Shonda, you're our age. I take it, but I need y'all to know I'm real grown.
I'll take it.
I take it though.
Grown.
I sat there and didn't tell them to the end. Like I am not 35.
Clearly.
Come on, throw hair. Throw
Right.
hair when you say it though. Throw hair when you say it though.
I'm not 35.
Oh Lord.
Yo, y'all is too funny.
This is
So shout out to everybody that's tuning in. This is the Sparring Session, music and sports podcast with George Truly Boog. And when I got some of my homies with me, we got Tangerine, Mr. G, Brock, and Jay on my grind. We just kicking about some music and sports. This brand new podcast. Tonight is the kickoff, the debut or whatever. And you know.
Thanks for having us on the launch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
fun.
This is
I
awesome. This is
feel
awesome.
honored. Dang, we
I
the
love
first.
Dude,
I love
Let me
this,
tell you,
bro.
debut.
Yeah, y'all the
Whoever
first.
coming behind us, they got a hard act to follow, baby.
Yes, sir.
No,
I
no,
don't even
no.
think they're
Wait a
ready.
minute. Wait a minute. Y'all didn't get that last email from Boog? Y'all didn't get that last email from Boog?
Shut up, G.
We
G.
permanent.
No. Listen. Let me pull this up for you. Hey guys, thanks a lot for
I
listen.
can't take it serious.
Go ahead.
Can I read the email? Can I
Read
read
the
the
Sure,
email,
go
please?
ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you. Hey guys, thank you so much for agreeing to be on my pilot of my podcast. You guys will be the permanent guests moving forward. Hope this is all well with you. Love, Boog. That's what it says.
I'm gonna have my lawyer send you over a contract.
Hey, man.
But that's what the email says.
I
accept
believe
the
you.
standing- Listen,
Yes.
I accept the standing reservation. Put my name on the list.
We
I'm
cannot
Hollywood
refuse
now.
what the email says.
That's what the email says.
Hey, like
Period.
Tangerine said, whoever followed
That
us,
was
we
a
got
brand new
hard act to
email. I had
follow,
my
man.
assistant send that after we started the show. You know.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Put my name on a contract. Sign the dotted line real quick.
I'm a
I
stand
got
with
DocuSign.
stuff.
Look, I got DocuSign. I can sign mine from the computer.
Wait, I got blue ink. That's a DocuSign. I got Cammy. Whatever you need, I got.
Right.
I got DocuSign. I can do it right
That's
here.
real.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody that's tuning in. We got people tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, Mixcloud, and Twitch. So shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Shout out to Avio. You've been commenting. Shout out to Chef E. What's up?
I can't see no comments.
If you go on
Well, I can see
Facebook,
them on
you'll
the
see the
side.
comments. You gotta go on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. I'm about to do that then.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
I
should be able to
can
open
see
up
them
your
now. There you
phones,
go.
go check it out.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna be doing this podcast every Wednesday night. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Have some fun. Everything is. I mean, music and sports are both my love. So like when I was a kid and when I started even doing things like one of the first things I did was grab an instrument, and then one of the first things I did was pick up a basketball. So you know what I'm saying, like from there, like just from a kid, music and sports was always that thing. Plus,
Great
I would have to say
conversation.
the average black family, especially in my neighborhoods, you was either doing music or you was doing sports,
Or
right?
Mm.
Or you was doing both.
Or
Mm.
yeah.
You had some that were doing both. Outside of that, then everybody wanted to be the I guess like everybody wanted to be a policeman or a fireman or a dentist or a doctor, you know
Teacher.
what I'm saying? Yeah, or a teacher, you know. So but music and sports always have been that thing. Like, so I just decided to do something that would merge both worlds. You know what I'm saying? Something that I like to talk about and you know.
They're
kick
both
it.
great conversations, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, yeah. I mean, if you're a sports head, you always end up getting into
sure.
debates with with people about
Oh,
sports.
absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For
Right.
sure. I don't care where you are.
And if you really into music, it's always the same way. Everybody's like, well, MJ is the greatest. You got somebody that'll be like, nah, Prince is the greatest. You got somebody that'll be like, nah,
Right.
Stevie is the greatest. And somebody will be like,
Right.
nah, this
Marvin.
person is the greatest. You know what I'm
Mark.
saying? And
Mhm.
The baby.
like all type of different.
You said
The
the baby.
baby.
We ain't got too serious. They ain't got too serious. I'm sorry.
I like how you stuck it out.
The
The baby.
That boy went
Yeah,
0 for 12 at the BET Awards.
Hey, you know what?
He did. Yikes.
Somebody
That boy
that's
went 0 for 12 at the BET Awards.
hey, for somebody that's into the music, like now, like for real, I wouldn't be mad at somebody saying the baby is that deal. You know what I'm saying? Like
And I really do like them.
I wouldn't be able to.
I do too.
I wouldn't really be able to dispute that for real. You know what I'm saying?
You know how to ride a beat.
The baby keep putting out hits. I
Yep.
ain't in
Mhm.
front.
You know how to ride a beat.
As a DJ, I can appreciate it because he always got something that niggas be wanting to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They turn up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
From young to old. You know what I'm saying? So the only
And
other
he
person,
was the last concert I thought I was gonna go to, and we had to get our money back.
Oh,
matter of fact,
Damn.
speaking of the baby, we got to throw some prayers up for him and his family.
His brother died.
His brother committed suicide.
Yikes.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh.
That's what the report is. That's what I saw. So I don't know if that's all the way true, but either way, his brother has passed. I don't know if it's from suicide or if it's a homicide or whatever, but what I saw online was suicide. But I mean, I haven't fact checked that yet. So, but I do know his brother has passed on. So, hopefully he's able to pull through that. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine what it's like to lose a sibling. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's real. Good.
it's crazy.
I'll say this much though, considering the interviews that I've seen with him and considering what I've seen thus far, I believe he'll be fine because I find him to have a better support system around him than a lot of other people that I've seen drop in the game than here recently, right? And I think that's really what it is that, I've always said that wherever I go, just make sure that I got some, some dogs around me that can like protect me and tell me, hey, G, shut up, or hey, that's cool, or hey, we need to leave. Like for real, because those things are like the three most important like to me moves. You need to leave, you need to shut up, or hey man, listen, those things are important.
Yeah. Right. But yeah,
what y'all drinking?
I'm actually going to reveal one of our sponsors for the show.
You better hit that plug.
Uncle Nearest is a wonderful beverage that you can enjoy anytime.
I keep
Whether it be
hearing
breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you can enjoy Uncle Nearest, proud sponsor of BOOG and Friends. So there we go. It's a great black. So okay, I'm not going to be a nerd, but okay, here it is.
Is it not going to be black owned?
So here's the nerd moment of it. When Jack Daniels dropped,
yep, that's it.
Right.
Jack Daniels had this, and really what it was is that it was a recipe that he took from a man named Ernest Nearest. And the Nearest family was like, hey fam, y'all made money off our liquor. Y'all need to cut the pot and let's see what's good. So underneath the division of Jack Daniels, they released Uncle Nearest, which comes in like 3 different like styles, which I enjoy. And now that the Nearest family solely owns that portion of it. That's your nerd.
And the Nearest family is an African American family, correct?
Correct. They were former slaves who basically watched it all roll.
Okay. And came back to reclaim theirs.
Yeah, they went but they had been fighting. They've been fighting the whole Jack Daniels franchise for a good little minute.
All right.
And I respect it.
I'm gonna have to get some.
They ain't want to get that up.
So if you do, because Tangerine, we've had our brown liquor conversations.
We have
about us building out your palate for this.
And I have been trying.
There you go. So I would say this would be fun for you because this is a premium, and then you could roll from there.
Because I'm a premium.
Okay, premium.
Hold on, I'm writing it down. Uncle Nearest.
Right.
I'm really writing it down.
But no, because I literally like sent her a whole article one time, and then I felt bad. I was like, oh my God, she's gonna think I'm like an alcoholic. What is this?
I feel we had so connected. I was like, he listened to me when I said send me the list, like, oh, and my sister's a big bourbon drinker. Mm-hmm. So I turned her on to it. And remember, I sent you the picture when she had me drinking some bourbon.
Right.
And she told me today she was drinking a different kind of bourbon, but I don't remember. She said she really liked it. But I am drinking some cognac and pineapple juice with a little lime. Nice. I forgot the name of it. It's in my friend's book, Sip and Enjoy. So pineapple juice is the only chaser I have. So I had to figure out what do I make with.
Is that your favorite mixed drink though?
No, my favorite mixed drink is a sidecar.
Oh, nicely played. Nice.
What's in that?
Cognac. I like the Hennessy in it. You have Contour lemon juice with a sugar rim.
You can't drink too much Hennessy though. Because Hennessy will make you think it's okay to fight the police. All kind of, like I've drunk Hennessy before and be like, you should fight the police. And I'm like, Hennessy, you right.
Dark liquor make me act a little different. But I do,
Listen.
if I do choose to dabble in the libation of the devil's spirits,
Come on,
Sure.
pass him.
I
Come on, pass him.
drink a little Jameson. Chilled,
Hey.
Jameson.
okay?
See, I like green tea with the Jameson in it. You ever
Oh,
had
look at
that?
you.
Jameson
I'm not a
with the
tea
peach schnapps. No,
I
Jameson,
don't-
peach schnapps, and is a Sprite. It's not like real green tea, but it comes out like a green to make it look like green tea.
Dope.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just straight.
See, like
Write it down. You gotta try it. I like sweet drink.
Chilled.
straight, maybe on the rocks. You know what I'm saying? If
Oh,
I'm fancy.
Hey, Boog. I drink mine so straight and so chilled. Oh no,
Yeah, I can't drink anything straight.
Really?
gotta
Mm-mm.
be filled
Oh.
if you straight.
Only
Gotta
thing
be
is,
filled if-
Look, give me some Crown straight.
oh no,
Yes.
oh,
Especially like the Crown apple, or give me the
I haven't had
with
that yet.
cranberry juice.
or like Crown. I like that Crown vanilla. Like you can do
Crown
that.
vanilla.
Straight.
That's smooth. Now, that's real
That's smooth. That's dangerous.
It's
That's
great.
real smooth.
That's dangerous.
It's great.
It sounds like
Yeah.
I would have to mix that crown.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. During Washington Mardi Gras, which happens up here, I
Oh,
made
what?
it.
Mardi Gras.
Trust me.
Y'all
I-
know way too many drinks. She like, girl, a sidecar is a half this with a sprinkle of that and a salt rim and
I used to want to be a bartender.
Listen, tangerine. That's her thing.
Uptown Manhattan with the side orange.
Jay,
Pinot.
wait. Her name is Tangerine now. I mean, come on.
That's right.
I'm saying.
Right.
But it
Or-
really has nothing to do
Don't
with a
that- don't that-
tangerine.
But I'm just saying, it sounds like you should be doing somebody's drinks.
Right.
I
Period.
should.
Right.
Squeeze a little bit of this, squeeze a little bit of that.
I don't know what you're squeezing, but
Name your
I believe in what you did squeeze.
You can wow. You can name your business. Taste by Tangerine.
You
Yeah.
said who?
You can name it Taste by Tangerine.
Ooh.
There it is.
No words.
You know,
Copyright.
Hey, you know what? I don't know. That might bring some trouble.
That might work.
You got it. It's
But no, I really did in college. I wanted to be a bartender and I had ordered everything. And me and a friend of mine, we had this little pact that they were going to be an exotic dancer and I was going to be the bartender at the club.
Word.
And my mom talked me out of it. Like we had it all planned. Like we are not going to be able to go to the club alone, but we going to have fun because we like 20, 21, woo, woo, woo.
okay.
So I just had everything to be a bartender and never became one. So I
Wow.
bartend at my house a lot.
Now that is a story.
There's a
That's
story.
You know what? It's not too late. The mobile.
listen.
No, I'm serious. The mobile bartending business
Yeah,
is like $1 million business. So
that's not me. I like the nails. I'm stuck on my nail stuff.
I mean,
we
you
have
know,
a co-
you
we
got
clearly
it,
have
you got it popping on that. So I mean,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Shout out to
absolutely.
Cheese Press Nails.
Congrats.
Cool.
Ow, ow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, can I say we sponsored by Cheese Press Nails?
you sure can.
Oh, go ahead, drop that.
Okay, we're sponsored by Cheese Press Nails.
Hold on, I'm about to put that.
With the card. I like it.
Hold on, I'm about to put that in a Facebook. Sponsored by.
Cheese Press Nails.
Yep.
Hey, I'm
Um,
about to put that on the screen. Hold on.
I'm with it. You think I'm
Damn.
not?
Damn, I just dropped that. We
Nope.
good.
So this is
Yeah, I hear
luxury custom press-on nails. They're reusable. You can either pick what I have on the website or you can customize your own. Just send me a picture of what you like. And then I send them to you with everything you need to put on the press-on nails. So if you don't want to sit in the nail shop with COVID going on, and that's how
Nice.
it came about because I stopped doing clients once COVID hit. So now you can order your nails. Order 3, 4, 5
Damn,
sets at a
watching her
time.
make them is dope.
I love
I've
this is
actually
my
watched-
passion.
I've actually watched a lot. It's dope.
Thank you. I love it.
Mhm.
So this has been my baby.
So everybody that's look at the screen, sponsored by.
She's
She's
present.
Look down here. It's
Hey.
below.
Let me look at that.
Make sure you holler at
Sponsored
Miss
by
Tangerine to get your
Press
nails
Nails.
tight. You know what I'm
And
saying?
she's up here in my box.
She right here.
The next time I'm
So
gonna
wait.
have some cheese press since
She's
we gonna
this
be here
way.
weekly.
She this way.
She pressed nails and she
Oh, I see
uploaded.
it. It's so
Holla at
cute.
Tangerine. Holla at Tangerine.
That one right there. And that one up there.
That's what's
She
up.
up there.
Thank you.
She up there, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up there. I'm in the middle.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a second question because we ain't really did no topics.
Oh, that's no, we did tons of topics. Huh?
We've been talking.
That's just general conversation, bro.
Where'd you mess go?
Oh
Nah,
no!
Uh-oh. She just
Oh
left.
no!
Oh,
You got mad you wanted to go back on the topics. No. Screw this.
I'm leaving.
Hey, come back.
This is against my contract. I'm out. Terrible.
Hold on, she back. She back. She back. She back.
There she goes.
She back.
Yay!
Okay, we missed you. We missed you.
I was
Am I back?
like, what happened?
She moved.
She wanted to do a magic trick. She went to a different room real quick.
Am I back? I feel like I'm
Yeah.
back. Did
She
I
was
leave?
not doing. You here?
You back.
Mhm.
I'm
I
back.
hear you.
It said
We
I
hear
was
you.
gone. Okay.
You
All right,
were.
you back.
You had
were.
to hit
Back
that
now.
yoga pose. You had to change the
Get to
yoga.
take a commercial
You
break.
wasn't doing crisscross applesauce like I said.
I was not. I was not. I was not. I was not. I'm back. Gotta take a small
Welcome.
intermission.
Okay.
Small little
Yeah.
We glad-
intermission. I'm back.
He's good.
Okay. Question
God
number
is
2.
Are we doing an intermission?
No.
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 Wait,
Oh,
question
okay.
number 2.
Intermission.
Hey, listen, I'm about to say, oh, that sounds like cue to music. That's what.
Look, if you need
That was right up your alley. You was waiting for that.
Like, hey, we moving into the second hour. We gonna go and take an intermission real
come
quick.
on, cue the music. Let's put you on blast. Come on, Al. Come on, let's do it.
Hello,
Look.
DJ.
Oh wait, I gotta get the beat.
Yo, this is the second hour of the Sparring Session, brought to you by She's Pressed Nails.
Hey.
You're now tuning in to BOOG and Friends. We live on Mixcloud, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. We appreciate y'all for tuning in today. You're now listening to the sounds of
DJ
on the
BOOG.
beats. Hey.
I like that. I like that. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna play my own shit.
That's a smooth intro. I like that.
Yeah, I
This
like
is
that.
good. This is real good.
That's the theme to the that's the theme to the show,
You
right?
might as well put your own music.
Hey, can I tell y'all something real quick? I made that too.
Is that
You
in
had
the
a little
email?
bit of G
Was
in
that
it.
in the email?
All right, G Diddy.
I made that. I made that too. No, I didn't.
I know.
That jacket's clean now.
That's nice. I like that.
I know you did.
Gianni is the inspiration behind all of these joints.
G Diddy.
Oh, look at
G
G.
Diddy.
The world.
Yeah, right.
Change the world. Make it a place for you and for me.
I love when black people sing the white tracks from Michael Jackson. They don't never know the words.
No, don't.
Right, but you gotta think it just went with the vibe. I love doing songs or movies when it just come to my head.
I'm here
Sorry.
for it. I'm definitely here for it.
I blurt out like songs off of soundtracks and stuff. I got like musical Tourette's. I tell people that all the time. I just
Girl!
like blurt out.
Oh my God. We are like in the
I
spirit.
that, like commercials. You know, I'll walk through the house. I'll be doing my laundry and stuff, and I'll be like, you
Certain
know,
songs come to your head and start singing off. Just off.
one thing, like I'll just do the whole commercial, like you know.
I live my life as a musical.
Listen,
I-
Listen,
Yes.
listen, and people look at me crazy. And people listen. I am a vocalist for real. Like I've been singing my whole life, so I'll be singing for no reason.
Let's hear you.
Huh?
Let's hear you.
You
Come
about
on.
to sing
Hit
right now?
it out.
What you want to hear?
King,
What you want to hear?
Karaoke King.
What you want to hear?
What's your best song so we can judge?
Uh-oh.
Who's your favorite
Uh-oh.
artist?
You about to get something started. We ain't
Who's
even
your
got
favorite
that,
artist?
we ain't got that
Come on
much time in the show.
Who's your favorite artist?
I'm ready.
We ain't-
I like Jasmine Sullivan, but if we looking for a male artist, give me some Wait a minute. I don't
Uh-oh.
When
What
people
key?
ask me
What key?
to sing,
What key?
When people ask you to sing, who do you normally sing?
Oh, hello.
Think about the day.
Is that Kim?
Stranger.
Yes,
Yep.
that
Kim?
is.
I think about us.
Hey.
Oh,
And I think about the day I got aroused.
Hey.
Your finger.
Hey.
I think about us.
Ooh, what you think about?
See?
Sun shining.
Johnny,
on
you
in.
know, concert.
Lord was smiling.
Did you put the candle on the shine?
Watch out, you got a
calling. I think my heart made up, yeah. And I can't stop
Loving you. Why y'all like that?
And that's
Yeah.
it.
There we go. There we go.
You're welcome,
And
Jen.
applause.
Hey, you know
All
what?
right.
We're gonna have to do us a karaoke night.
For sure.
Your turn,
For
Shonda.
sure.
I'm sorry.
Your
Your
turn.
turn.
So I don't sing on the spot. I just sing when it hit me.
Go.
When it what? When it what?
When it hits you. All right, Patty.
When it hit me. So it just has to come to me. I can't just sit here because I'm not a singer like that. You know, it's if the spirit hits me and the line come to me, then I'm gonna bust out this song like I've been doing.
Okay.
But go ahead, Jamessa. I know you're the musical genius over here.
What?
Yes, we ready. When somebody asks you to sing, you sing what you best at.
Gotta hit that hey girl.
I have that same problem. People ask me to sing all the time, and I'll be like, "What you want to hear?" I don't know.
You know, some
listen, I was ever since I was in 6th grade, I put on the spot. Like I had solos in school. Like
such a hard. She's so hard to sing.
Yeah, and it's like I had solos in school.
That's my
and
girl.
when I was older, being in church. So yeah, but I've been singing my whole life. But just like you, Jay, like certain songs come on, whether it's on TV, commercials, especially now, especially now with the holiday season, I'll have my Christmas playlist on deck, like on standby, just waiting to hear something.
Christmas.
So
Christmas is Christmas.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that knows your playlist?
What you want to hear, Sandra?
Whatever you got, come out. Oh, it say Jam can sing.
I don't know a whole lot of Jasmine Sullivan songs.
Well, whatever you have, we here for it.
You kind of look like Adrian Bailon to begin with, so you better be able to sing something.
He say you a cheetah girl.
But why do you do your hand like that though?
That was a cheetah.
Oh my God.
That's the clock. I don't know. Y'all gonna have to. On the spot, I am terrible at. You got to tell me something.
Let's see.
I don't know why my eyes.
Let me hear some Tony B.
Some Tony Braxton.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Love sugar.
First of all, that's a hard lady to impersonate.
Everybody's calling. Like, oh my God, Jamessa, you got $1 million on the line. I need you to come with it. You better bust a la 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 like you in what's the movie with the kids? Thank you. You better la 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 la. Come on.
She said I better la 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 la. Okay.
La 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 la.
I am not good. I am not good off the spot.
Again,
that's why you that's why you gotta negotiate yourself. Because I negotiate, I wasn't singing today.
I can do a scale. La 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 la. I mean, I'm a scale. I don't know what you want to hear. Somebody comment. Somebody comment.
Well, while you thinking of a song, we're gonna dive into this next topic.
Go ahead.
Let's go.
Y'all comment on what y'all want me to sing.
And my lips starting to itch.
Thoughts on the bubble.
What's that mean?
From the bubble.
I'm allergic to pineapple juice.
Uh-oh. So are you
That-
drinking something with pineapple?
That joke could go so many places, but I'm gonna keep it right in the
Listen, I
box
was ready to go with
I'm
so
gonna
many
keep it
different
right in the
things
box.
from that point, dude.
because I'm trying to be saved and,
Oh my
and
goodness.
be
When you
chosen.
talk about allergic reaction, I immediately thought about Hitch.
I don't get it. What happened to Hitch?
The
Watch
movie
it.
hit.
It's gonna blow
It's
up.
Oh,
with
his
Will
throat swell
Smith.
up.
Oh,
The whole
with Will
thing's gonna
Smith.
blow up.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Jill
So,
Scott.
That allergic
Oh,
reaction.
Darius said sing some Jill
Jill
Scott.
Scott, what
Darius
you want to
said-
hear?
Let's take a long
What you want to
walk.
hear?
you
A
know,
long
Derek,
walk.
Okay.
I thought she was putting on the camera.
I'm free. I really dig your company,
Yeah.
your style, your smile, your peace mentality.
you better
Lord,
sing.
have mercy on me. I was blind, now I can see what a king's supposed to be. Baby, come with me. Whatever she say. Let's take a
Yes.
walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation, herbal relations, stimulation. Share our situation. Whatever she say. Situation, relaxation, temptation.
Education.
Maybe we can talk about
Revelations 3:17.
society. Or maybe we can see a movie, or maybe we can see a play on Saturday. Or maybe we can roll the breeze and listen to and then
Hey, make up words.
Or just me.
listen to the blues, or maybe ride to the blues. Or maybe we can just be silent.
Hey, come on.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right.
Hey! Y'all gotta have group. Tell me
I
to
know words. I feel stupid.
Boom.
No,
You good.
We
you
got
did
Ron
amazing.
That was awesome. For somebody who admittedly doesn't sing on the spot, that was good. That was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be in a whole live band. I was in girl group and did hooks for niggas around the city and everything. I just don't like singing on the spot.
Yeah.
It's hard for me. I have so much music in my head that it's hard for me to just pull down lyrics like that.
I got a thing.
If
I got a thing.
You know, I know the
So
melody.
Listen,
you and
Jay, I feel
Bud
you.
need to hook up, and then y'all could do like little snippets for the intro or for the intermission or the outro. You see, listen, we got Brock over here. He could be like, and then I could be like the high woman. I could Migos it like, hey, hey, what?
I'm
Hey.
for that.
Wrap it up.
But also,
That's a good idea.
you've also created an amazing business model. You're like,
throw a
I
little-
used to just go around the city.
Yeah.
Book. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing ad-libs. I'm doing ad-libs. I'm Migos on this.
You gonna be Migos.
I'm Migos on this.
She gonna be like,
Don't do that ever again.
give me a little,
I cannot.
little Conway. Boom, 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 boom.
Ready,
Yeah.
Hey.
That was so-
Woo, woo.
All right.
Oh, sorry. That's my role.
But yeah, maybe next time I'll have a whole full song for y'all, you know. Sorry.
I'm here for it. Don't worry, that because next week we have a production meeting of what we're doing.
Right, because we
We're
are
gonna have a karaoke. We're gonna have a karaoke night one.
We're gonna
That'll
have
be
to do a karaoke night that's separate from this.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, actually, no. Hold on. I just got this email in.
Who is,
I just.
sending you all these damn emails?
Apparently, your personal assistant is. I just got this email in. Okay, so the email says next week we
That
are
must be
doing
wifey.
karaoke, but we're
Wifey sending
only.
you
You have
emails.
to sing a song from a begging Negro. So Keith Sweat, Al
Keith
Green,
Sweat. Keith Sweat.
all begging Negroes, all begging James Brown. So you can only pick songs from the All-Star Hall of Fame begging Negro clear.
Casey
Oh.
Haley.
But
Keith
see,
Sweat.
I don't do karaoke. Can I be the host? The host.
You can't be the host
Wait
because
a minute.
I'm coming.
You gotta
I'm
do
coming
some
straight in with
karaoke too.
Oh,
No,
I
you
don't
gotta
do
sing
karaoke.
one.
You got
What?
to.
You don't have to sing to do karaoke.
You can
I'm
rap to do
shy.
karaoke. You can rap to do karaoke.
First of all,
You are not shy
I'm
at all.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Time out.
You
Time out.
Flag
I'm
on the
sorry.
play. Flag on the play.
The whole
Flag
world
someone
can
said-
see right now, Chandra.
Oh yeah, we are nationally syndicated.
The whole
Go
world
ahead and throw hair and then go, I'm shy again. I'm shy. Lies. I'm shy. Lies.
With your
Throw hair
with your off shoulder top. How about you
I
shy?
like my chronicle.
Okay, so here we go. And I'm going back to this email. You must only begging Negro songs. Keith Sweat, James Brown, Carl Thomas, Casey and JoJo. So we're only singing Avant. Avant. Avant songs are very easy to sing because you all know he can only hit 6 notes.
That's
That's a 6 note. That's a 6-note Negro. Okay, Avant is a 6-note Negro.
Tangerine. My boy Darius said it's $1 million on the line. You better do this karaoke.
Oh shit! I'm singing my heart out. Oh yeah! What y'all want to hear? No, stay.
Lord. Why would black folks want to sing? That's the first note that all black folks say. Ooh yeah.
Wait. When you do, okay, here's a question. Here's the other question to that. Who had the best ooh yeah? Was it Casey or was it Cisco?
Oh,
It was
Casey
neither.
and
It was Wanye.
Who?
It was
Who?
neither. It was Wanye.
Nice, well played.
There you go.
You know what?
And also,
I like that.
and Wanye is also the king of the Nehu, which is
Yes,
an
he is.
underrated note.
Of the Nehu.
The Nehu.
Yes.
The Nehu is underrated.
Actually, wait, G, I had to correct you on that. It wasn't Wanye. That was Sean.
Sean, well played.
That
It
was
is
Sean.
Sean is the king of the Nehu, which is an
Correct.
underrated note.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know why R&B music is so bad now?
They're missing the Nehus.
Negroes don't Nehu no more.
They
And
sure
Negroes
don't.
and they don't lay down
No.
to take album covers.
Yeah.
Like, if
With
a
the
Negro
lean.
No.
Hit him with the lean,
No.
though.
No.
Oh, this album about to be the shit.
You gotta lean on
You
your
gotta
arm
lean,
like
you gotta lean
this,
and look,
like
yep, gotta lean with the hand
gotta
on the
be
chin,
like-
like, yeah.
Hey, they don't lean against the wall. You know
No,
what I'm
no.
saying?
They're grabbing for air.
They don't look in the distance. Carl
like leaning back like
They don't sing in the rain no more.
you be like
As soon as I saw Carl Thomas's album, I was like, "Oh, this shit
Like-
must be good."
Michael, Carl Thomas, John B,
Luther,
Lionel, Teddy,
Lionel.
Joe,
Joe.
look at his album covers.
Yeah.
you don't lay down.
Mike with that white suit and that tiger cub killed him.
Oh, Mike.
Even though I will debate that Joe is one of the worst Negroes of all time.
What's that?
Was it? He gives a hell of a concert, though.
Okay, you know why?
Joe?
Because he's one of the worst Negroes of all time.
Why?
Okay, let me tell you who Joe is. You ready for it? Imagine, and fellas gonna know exactly where I'm going with this. Imagine you go and hoop. Imagine you go and hoop every Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really know this guy, but he your friends of someone you know. So what happens is you talk about this girl that you really, really like, and Joe there the entire
He
time.
gonna use that against you. He gonna
So
use
what
it against
happens
you.
is Joe say, "Hey, bro, let me borrow a polo. I'm about to go out on a date." You let him borrow that polo. Later on, you find out that Joe is going out with the girl that you've been talking about. But then Joe date this girl for 2 years and call you for a relationship
advice.
And you like, nigga, I like you because you stole my woman.
No, it's Joe.
Wait, what?
This person for you.
Because here's the thing, we all
This
know
not
a Joe.
Who Joe you? Who Joe you, G?
She made that into a verb. Who Joe you?
She just been Joe.
I have never been Joe. I've never been Joe, but I've seen
been Joe. He's been Joe.
No, I've never been Joe because you can't go to heaven being a Joe. Like,
Wait a minute. Hold up, flag on the plate. Stop. Whatever the flag is. No.
You can't. So then this Negro says, "Hey man, I need you to come out." and I want you to propose. I'm going to propose to my girl. And you're like, Negro, I don't like you. But then that Negro call you a month later, like, I need you to be in my wedding. That Negro, Joe is one of the worst Negroes of all time. If
But
you
where are you getting this from?
He know a Joe. He know a Joe.
Where are you getting this from about Joe? Is it in a song that I missed?
It's in all of Joe's music.
He say Joe man have a bad type of
Hey,
time.
low key,
Woman
Joe
for
always
woman.
always taking somebody woman.
Dude, listen. Yeah, I saw your man tripping. Why don't you go take my number? We can go talk about it later.
Joe.
Yeah,
Is that
listen.
a line he said in the song that I missed?
Yep. Yeah, that first line.
If I was your man,
If I was your man, I want to
I was
know.
your man.
If I was your man, I want to know. Every song he's talking to
know.
somebody else's girl and end up
I
getting with that
want
girl.
to
Well, let
know.
me ask you a
what
question.
turn you
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, okay.
Could he have?
Yeah.
So
Could he have been talking to a single girl?
No.
No.
She was single. She was
He
single.
was talking. He was talking about somebody else's woman.
Because I'm gonna tell you something.
She
The
was
reason
great
why is
too.
because Joe. Okay, can I tell y'all a trade secret? Here's a trade.
Listen, hold on. My cousin in the comments, she just said yes, all his songs. All his songs. I'm trying to tell you. All his songs. Listen, go listen to Joe. He always talk about he the other dude. I'll do better than your man do.
I do. Because I only want to make you happy. Let me tell you something.
It's true.
This nigga, I'm telling you, this is
Right.
of all the dissertations and thesis papers I've written, my third dissertation is one of the most important ones of all time. Okay, and here's the thing, Jay on my grind. Don't look at me like that. I'm trying to tell you something.
She got a permanent side eye right now. Like, hold on.
I'm waiting.
And I'm trying to tell you that Joe is one grimy Negro, because what he'll do, he's got too much of a scouting report. See, here's the thing. When guys talk to women, you're trying to gather information about trying to figure out how do I navigate this relationship. This Negro come in with a full scouting report
He
about
already got his plan.
He just playing. I want to know what turns you on. I got to know. I like to know. Negro, you already know. Your ass.
So
I'm about to be listening to Joe for the next week.
I think a few things have been established in this segment of the conversation. Hey, it's very clear to us all that G and Joe at some point in his life, we don't know what stage in his life, but we know that happened because he identifies too closely with the traits of a.
But
of
wait a minute. You hear him say he saved. Maybe he was Joe. And he turned his life around. So that's why he know all the characteristics of Joe. Because he's looking at the man in the mirror.
First of all, I've had to talk a friend through being Joe.
Climb up in the inbox and say, I want to know what turns you on.
Well, they say experience is the best teacher.
I want to know.
Say that again, bro.
They say experience is the best teacher.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't
like a born again man.
I heard him. He was on "Don't Be a Menace" soundtrack, and it was the scene with the hot dog, and it turned me off of him as an artist.
But remember, he said he went from Gianni to G. Now, let me tell you what you got to do to just be known by one letter.
Did Joe down at Dillard do that? That's what we need answers to.
My camera don't work.
He went to Dillard. He went from Gianni to G. Oh, and when he said it went G. Not like G. He went from Gianni to G. Because he was out here joining these peeps.
He was showing at Dillard. He was showing at Dillard. He was showing at Dillard. He crossed. And when he crossed, The first song he sung to the girl was "I Want to Know What Turn You On."
Wow.
I want to know.
He
I want to
did a
know.
step to it.
What? Yes, and
He
feeling on
did a
the
whole
stuff
step
like
to it. Yep.
show us.
He did a whole step.
Walking around with an unbuttoned white shirt, white collar shirt on.
And his tie undone.
He probably still had his
Did you
head
not
shaved.
finish dressed? Like, why is
He
that?
probably still had his head shaved. Talking
No,
about
no,
something.
we're
I
talking
want to know what turns you on.
We're talking about
Yes.
90s. We're talking about 90s R&B.
No, baby, I'm G from the D.
We talking about 90s R&B. So you know you had to have the baggy jeans with the Timbs untied.
Yeah.
He probably had on an Averex. He probably had on an Averex.
With the D fitted on. With the D fitted, got to have the cap on.
He didn't need to wear no big old heavy coat, but he probably had some of his winter clothes down in New Orleans. And he probably would flex on them with an Averex or a Davucci. He probably had on
He probably had like a nautical little jacket or something that we used to wear, Tommy Hilfiger. So he came like
looking like a billboard, looking like a billboard from Al Wassam.
Yeah,
so did you become D? So Gianni, did you become G before or after you crossed?
First of all, my camera don't work, and two,
Opposite hours are from.
Hey, we done with this whole camera don't work thing.
It was after, Sandra. It was after.
We about to have some real.
It had to. That brought something out of him. He was like,
it was after. You know.
No, I can't with y'all. I cannot.
Yeah.
What's the question? What's the question?
What number were you on your line, G?
You started this.
What was
What
that?
number were you on your line?
I'm a 3 from the 313.
Okay, so he had
Look at that G from the D.
Come on,
what he
don't do this.
said was,
Don't
this is what
do
he
this.
said. He said, "What's happening, baby? My name is G from the 313. I'm number 3.
Come on.
Yeah.
And I want to know what turns you on.
Come on.
Everything your man won't do,
I do.
I'll do for you.
You know he started.
You
You know he had to lower the shades and lick the lips like LL real quick.
And he's so complimentary, so he'd be like, you've been beautiful to me since the first time I saw you. You've always been. And I just want to let you know, I ain't never seen a girl as beautiful as you.
As you.
From the D. 313,
Never,
that's me.
ever.
Well, yeah,
I ain't
that's
never
how guys
seen
do
a
it with the D anyway.
He slid up on her and said, "Nehu."
Oh boy.
He said, "Nehu. How you doing? How you doing, you Coco Cafe Olay sister? My name is G from the 313. I'm number 3, as you can see.
Baby, I'm from that D." He tried to laugh.
Look, he's trying to hold it. I'll take you some more. Take you another step. Take you another step.
You don't know my
This is
life.
No one stands with G. No one stands 1-800. I stand with G. You
right.
need to put 1313.
All right, Gianni, I'm gonna save you right now. Gianni, I'm gonna save you. We gonna go to our real topic because we can stay on this. We can stay on this the rest of the night. We can stay on
Absolutely.
Thoughts on the NBA bubble.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So,
I
my nephew told me about the bubble.
I'm just saying, why don't nobody put the number up on the screen? Because
what, 313 from the D?
No,
he gonna put 1-800 I stand with G.
You know how they got 1-800 call 411 pain? We gonna have 1-800.
I stand with G.
No, we just gonna be 313. Call me G.
and I'm glad that you put this in the room, though.
Hey, we gotta change your name on all social media now.
313. Call me G.
Yeah.
Call me G.
G from the 313.
Oh,
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, you the same OG.
Terrible.
See what happened, my cheek.
Girl,
Minus that.
hollering that song.
That's your theme song. Hey, that's your theme song. I'm playing
Your
it.
walk-in music.
Matter of
That's
fact,
our outro. Can our outro be same OG?
that
Come
should be the
on.
outro.
That song, same OG, I will fucking scream.
Oh my God.
I will cry.
Oh,
Get a little better, babe.
oh, man.
I'm number 3, G from the 313 and the D.
I'm
Started
not-
it.
Cash App G from the 313.
Started it.
So we
See what
have
you say about that.
We have a topic.
Yeah,
Hey.
hey, back.
Hey.
So I'm gonna get something be smooth on this one. Check this out.
Here you go, G.
Only time I drink a 40.
Hit your shoulders on. Hit your, all them shoulders, girl.
You gotta kill him with the shoulders, you know.
Kill with the shoulders.
You was the same OG.
Oh my God.
Not the G
same
prior to
OG.
crossing. He the
Oh,
new G.
Baby, what you say? He is new and improved, G.
New and
from the
improved G
313.
from the 313.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about
And
this bubble.
the G is capital.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
talk
get
about
into this
bubble.
bubble.
Let's
Let's
talk
get
about
into
this
this here
bubble.
bubble.
Yeah.
Talk about the bubble now.
Oh man, for those that just tuning in, welcome to the Sparring Session. We having a good time tonight. We got Lady Tangerine on here. We got Professor G. We got
From the
Brock,
313.
and we got the lovely J on my grind. And I'm
Hey,
your host,
hey.
Boog. So Boog and friends, we're gonna be doing this every Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Lord
Music and
have mercy.
sports and anything else that we decide that we're gonna talk about.
Any and everything. You hear me?
We have went.
It all goes together. It all goes
does.
together. It all goes together.
It really
does.
does. And
It
we
does.
enjoy it either way.
So
That's
our
right.
actual
who?
second topic of the night.
Out of the 13 we had listed.
we ain't even gonna get through half of these topics. So that means we got
We made
something to
it to
talk
number
about
2,
next
y'all.
week.
We
For
made it to
sure.
number 2.
I will be back next week. Please believe it.
Next
Yeah.
time, he's gonna give
Right.
who's ever next, he's gonna give them like list of rules. Like we can only stay on this as long. Y'all can't be having these sidebars.
Yeah.
Ain't no singing and dancing and G313. Ain't nobody getting Joed on this show. We just straight answer these questions.
Nobody.
You didn't trademark that
Joe.
term. You didn't trademark that term. You're going to pay you.
Trademark is next. Y'all gotta say, as Tangerine said.
Oh,
Nobody's getting showed on the show. Oh my God.
nobody showed on the show.
Oh
That
man.
right there. That right
is
there.
everything.
So this what we gonna do real quick, so we can get through a couple of questions. So
Okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
have each one of y'all give y'all opinions on a question, and then we're gonna go back into
Okay.
Okay.
So this question right here, I'm gonna have Brock answer this one.
All right.
Give your thoughts on the NBA bubble, as well as the WNBA, NHL, NFL, and MLB seasons. As you know, all of these sports had to start or restart because of the pandemic. So
Right.
what do you think about it?
Well, I think first and foremost, I have to give a shout out to Adam Silver because everybody recognizes. Well, Adam Silver is the commissioner of the NBA. Everybody knows that sports as a whole is a business. It ain't about athletic competition no more. As much as we fans love it, we love to watch it, we like to play, we like to talk about it, but we also recognize it as business. They make money. They do what they do for the money. And they understand the entertainment value and the consumership of it. So it's like, it ain't just about the sports no more, especially under these COVID circumstances. You can't go to the arena to watch the games no more. So it's like, here, they did what they did. And Adam Silver was like formulating a plan like, yo, we're gonna put this, we're not gonna have we're gonna put y'all in a central location, testing everybody within the environment, players, coaches, trainers, everybody who walks into this building is safe and free and healthy from COVID. So we're gonna put y'all doing what y'all do. We're not gonna stop for y'all doing what y'all do. We'll keep y'all in a safe and healthy environment so we can keep this thing going. Because they recognize, had they stopped it, that's a whole lot of money they're losing. That's a whole lot of money. And so instead of taking the L and moving on to next year, no, they made the best of a bad situation. And I couldn't do nothing but respect it. And that goes for the NFL, that goes for baseball, that goes for hockey, everybody. So, yeah, I mean, different, absolutely. But I enjoyed it just the same, as if I was watching the regular game for the regular season. I love what I saw.
Yeah, I was impressed with the NBA bubble.
I was,
just to kind of see that they put a stranglehold on the whole COVID situation. Like they made sure that they were in a position where they didn't have to worry about
I can't
positive
stand
COVID
you.
cases. Man, I was trying to be serious.
I can't stand you, bro.
I'm trying to be
That's
serious.
all right.
You started off like, first of all, I want to give thanks to our sinners. He got it accepted.
Right. First of all, giving honor to God, who is the head of my household. Like,
What did he say? Adam Sandler or something? I thought it was Adam Sandler.
You know better than that. I wouldn't go do that. I ain't a preacher.
I said, first of all, giving honor and glory to God, who is the head of my life and my household.
Right.
I would like
I was so lost. But his voice, he went from. First of all, I want to give thanks and honor.
He was trying to reset the show.
He got real serious.
Yeah, we was trying to get into the questions.
I lost it. I was that kid in school. I lost it. I do apologize.
No, you're all right. You're good.
Next question.
And we was both that kid in school, Chandra.
We got Brock Smooth on the ones and twos. Want to give
Jail my grind. Jail my grind. You
up focus. Next, Jay.
Jail my grind. How has the music and sports world impacted our communities and the election, in your opinion?
I have seen a huge amount of celebrity presence, just speaking on using their platforms to speak on the importance of voting, the importance of music, the importance of mental health. Like I've seen so many things come into play during COVID and, tying everything together. I mean, I think that it has all reset us and all given us a newfound appreciation on how to slow down. Sometimes Mother Nature has a way of saying, whoa there, you're doing too much too fast. And everybody was ready for 2020 and we was waiting with bated breath. We looked at the calendar, we said, shit, Cinco de Mayo gonna be on Taco Tuesday. We get 3 paychecks and 2 times in the year, and we're gonna have a Halloween on a Saturday, and we're gonna have 4th of July on a Saturday. And we were looking at all of these things in 2019, gearing up for 2020. And the first critical blow that we had was Kobe got killed. When that happened, it was like, hold on, this is not supposed to be happening.
And
then after
that was the beginning of the year.
That was the last. That was the last week of January.
Last week of January. You're right.
January 26th, my brother's birthday.
The last Sunday of January.
Yep. January 26th is when it happened, and it was like we were still reeling from the loss of Nipsey. We still hadn't processed that yet. Then double back, we turn around and we're trying to deal with Kobe and processing losing him. Whether you were a fan or whether you weren't, it is what it is, and the tragedy was still felt around the world. And then trying to rebound off of that, and then to get hit with COVID, and then to have everything shut down, it really put things into perspective for me for 2020. I feel like, some music got great. Some music didn't have a reason to come out. I feel like we have opened the door for some artists that really shouldn't have had the doors open for them, just because they kind of slipped in on a technicality. But
that's real. That's real.
I mean, but I really feel like 2021 has to be better. I mean, we have taken so many losses in 2020 that 2021 has to be better. We saw a huge spike in civil awareness and getting out on the streets. I mean, these are things that haven't really happened in my lifetime or any of our lifetimes for that matter. Taking to the streets to really, really publicly get out and make our voices heard. We did it when it was like, Rodney King and people took to the streets back then. But as an adult, I have not taken to the streets the way I did this summer. And so my takeaway from 2020 is that we had to ground ourselves. We had to ground ourselves because a lot of people have been complacent for far too long. And then the overt racism just started slapping us in the face. And we had to band together. And that's why you saw record turnouts yesterday for voting, because people are tired. And I hope that this is an indication of what's to come. Even with the sports, sports got severely political within these last few years, starting with the NFL with Kaepernick, but really reining it in the NBA. And to your point, Brock, to give a kudos to Adam Silver, because the relationship between urban America and the sports world, and he understands that you have to connect those in order for that franchise or that industry to be successful. The NFL is not there yet. They got a lot of work to do. There's still a lot of hidden agendas in the NFL. There's still a lot of I don't want to get too political, but let's just say the NFL has a lot of work to do. In terms of the bubble, I feel like they handled it terribly. That's why you keep having cases in the NFL. Matthew Stafford just got put on the COVID list. They're not taking the NBA's playbook and utilizing that. It's 52 players on a football team. You have to count for all of those players, all their staff, all the coaches, all the personnel. Everybody has to be put in a bubble. The NHL did it. They didn't have any problems. The NBA and the NHL were the two precedences. They set the precedent. They said, this is how it should go. Anybody who is remotely affiliated, if you're an announcer, if you are a medic, if you are a towel boy, you're going to go through COVID testing. You're going to be in this bubble, and you're not getting out this damn bubble. And if you sneak out this bubble like a few NBA players did just to go gallivant with some trollops, then you out the bubble. And that's just how it goes.
Pepper Lou.
That standard should have been set. The WNBA and the NBA did it textbook classic, and I hope that we don't have to have this problem going into 2021.
Now, I looked at it a little bit. Can I comment on this question?
Yep.
Like this question, I looked at a little bit different. Like I feel everything you're saying, but one thing about it is with celebrities, it kind of made them real by seeing who they were voting for or who they campaigned for. Because now in my eyes, Ice Cube, Lil Wayne, 50, they all canceled because they have a different view on me. If you look at your NFL, NBA players like LeBron, he took a stand with all this racism stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was very vocal. So to me, it made me look at athletes and our entertainers a little bit different to see who's out for self and who's out for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
do you put Ice Cube and Lil Wayne in the same category with 50 Cent? Because Ice Cube came out. Ice Cube came out and he did a few interviews. I know he did one with it's like a panel with Vivica Fox and Selena Johnson. He did an interview with them. He did one with Roland Martin. He did a few interviews when he was trying to explain he did not go looking for the black vote from the Trump campaign. He presented, this is what he said. This is what he said.
He presented to both. He said Trump called them first.
To both first. He said that Biden's campaign told him that they would not look at his plan until after the election. And the Trump campaign actually reviewed his.
Who is he? What political background does he have?
Well, see, okay, so look. So this is the thing. So when it comes to our entertainers and our mega athletes, right? There's been plenty of times where they were silent and we gave people hell because they didn't use their
For
platform
not saying
to
nothing.
speak up for us. Now, what I'll say about Ice Cube is maybe his timing wasn't that great, but he's never sided with Trump. Trump tried to use him
Yeah,
for a photo op, and he even went as
that's what I'm
far
saying.
as to put his picture in a picture with him. The same thing he did with 50 Cent. Except we already know 50 Cent is he's a capitalist. So 50 Cent is we don't care about 50 Cent because he ain't been speaking for black folks for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But Ice Cube genuinely has, and he's been doing it for a long time. And this was the first time that he actually went on social media and spoke out about it, trying to use his platform and the plan that
And when he did that, he also gave a timeline of when he provided a so-called plan, and it was a few months ago. So this didn't just happen a week or two ago, and he was just like, "Hey, y'all, I got this plan that I think might work for the black population." It was a plan that was bipartisan. He didn't, and the plan was, and his explanation, again, I can only speak on what he said. His position was, we have had politicians in place that have not been able to execute fully. It could have been in the state or the city that they ran in. They may have a better presence on social media, but the votes just didn't tabulate, and they don't have the seat that they need, but they have good sound policies, and they need to be adopted. So what he did was adopted all of these policies that he felt were being missed in the black population. And whoever would take a look at it, be it Republican, Green Party, Libertarian, Independent, Democrat, whoever would be willing to sit down and discuss that with him, that's who he was willing to have that conversation with. And I don't think it was I'm a Republican type of situation. I just think that the Trump campaign is for the black vote. And so
I
they
think
took
Trump
that
sought him out.
and they ran with it to the point where Eric Trump tweeted, and Ice Cube had to get back like, "You got me effed up. That's not what I said, and I never said anything about voting for your daddy." So he was quick to correct that. Go ahead.
So here's the thing, right? Everything that you're saying would be 100% right if it wasn't for timing and association. So as I teach history to scholars all the time, when I teach history to scholars, I tell them that everyone teaches you history. I teach you history, and it's the same word, but it's spelled differently. They teach you HISTORY. I teach you $TORY. Follow the plug, right? The key word or the key vocabulary word that I'm going to point out is the word Jeff Kwasinski. Jeff Kwasinski. The reason why I'm pointing this word out is because in the big three, the founders of it is Ice Cube, the artist formerly known as Ice Cube, Lukewarm Water, and Jeff Kwasinski. Jeff Kwasinski's best friend is Jared Kushner. So
Jared Kushner, yeah.
Why would you? And we know this in how politics is structured, is that in the way politics is structured, everybody needs an October surprise, i.e. in 2008, when of course Edwards basically decided to back Obama instead of Hillary. That was the October surprise. He wanted to be the kingmaker, and of course we know the history of Obama. What happened was that the Trump administration was looking for a splash, and they decided what we're going to do is take pillars of the black community to make it happen. One being Ice Cube, the other being Lil Wayne, and the other being 50 Cent. 50 Cent is absolutely right. He was paid for an endorsement. I believe that with all my heart. I do believe at the end of the day that Lil Wayne is just a helpless pawn. Now, my concern is that I thought Lukewarm Water was smarter than that, but he wasn't. Because here's the thing. If you are so interested in developing this black plan, this black agenda, you should have done it way before now. But your timing is peculiar, and your association is even worse. We know that the only way that you were able to get these meetings with all of these arenas to do your league was because of the power of Kwasinski. It wasn't you. You never had the money to even open up those doors. But now here you are, and though you may be a helpless pawn in this, the idea is never to be the pawn that gets played. So yeah, he may tweet out and go, "That's not me. I don't back this. I don't back that." That die is already cast, because someone should have been smart enough to stop him and go, "Hey fam, your plan may be a good plan, but your timing is terrible." And also, here's the thing too. I'm wise enough to know that there's certain conversations I shouldn't be involved in, no matter how smart I think I am. Like, let's be real. Lukewarm water got Steve Harvey.
Pretty much. He
got Steve Harvey.
That's exactly
like why are you, comedian, talking to the new leader of the free world about how urban housing? You have no expertise in that, fam. Yeah. The only thing you do is tell jokes. Chill out. I know what it's like to feel like you're important.
I don't think it was. See, and that's a slippery slope, because then that kind of makes you say, well, stay in your lane. And that's an implication that comedians don't have a political bone in their body, so they can't speak on politics because they're namely a comedian. I don't think that's a fair label to say that because you're a comedian, you can't have a speak or a say on something that's political. I don't think that because Ice Cube is a musician or primarily a businessman with Cube vision and actor and doing all of that, I wouldn't say that because of that, he's not in a position to speak on anything political. And the reason why, to your point of the timing, and let's be clear, I'm not capping for Cube. I'm not capping for nobody.
Right. Oh, I believe that. Yeah. I definitely believe that.
I don't have a dog in that fight. But I want to be clear on what his message was with what he said. And he said, because people asked him about the timing, he said to address the timing, it came out when it came out because I'm not a politician. He said, I was giving the politicians a chance to do that work, and they did not do that work. So because they didn't do that work, and I felt like I've been sitting here silent all this time, I do have a little bit of a platform, and maybe I should use my platform for some good. Now, that's just me playing devil's advocate, but that's what he said.
No, and I appreciate that. So, like, for me, yeah.
So that's why I brought up the timing first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I thought
he's not a politician.
It could be seen as bad timing, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that we may see or experience that we think is bad timing, but it's not necessarily bad timing. It may feel like that in the moment, but it's not. You know what I'm saying?
The one takeaway that I got from all of that is, for me, if I can sum this whole thing up in one word, it's perspective. Because it's like, when you talk about, like, think about, like you said, names we mentioned just in this conversation alone: Colin Kaepernick, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Ice Cube, 50 Cent. It's about brand management, basically, because it's like your brand is your reputation, which is not only important for, or responsibility for you to keep, but it's also important towards the legacy you leave. We all know you and recognize you for who you are. We also want to respect you for who you're going to be. Like we all love you for what you've been doing up until this point. Now what? Like, what have you done for me lately? You know what I mean? What can you do for me? What can you do from this point on?
A lot of folks we gonna have to say that for, because even when this election is said and done, like, it can't stop now just because.
See, it's the thing. That's the thing about it, right? And that's the thing about a movement. It ain't just an idea. It ain't just a slang or slogan. It's just about a method for us to march and write signs. And no, a movement is constant motion. It's a transit. It's a transition. We go from point A, from point B, and keep going. You know, it ain't just about it ain't just about the destination. It's about the journey. What are we doing? What are we doing with each step?
Right.
I know for me that
you canceled Ice Cube.
Have I?
And me? Or you asking just in general? Yo, no, So for me, I've definitely canceled Ice Cube. I definitely canceled Lil Wayne. I definitely have canceled Kanye, but I've also put them in the same box, which I call the Brian McKnight box. And I want to be very clear about this: is that back when this happens to be during the time of the Kerry Bush election, Brian McKnight sung the national anthem for the RNC, and basically was, and it was very, no, right, it was very peculiar that he did that. And literally the next day he was on the Tom Joyner morning show, and Tom Joyner was like, well, why did you do that? And he said, because I can pay anybody's taxes. And that's literally when I went, took my Back at One CD, cracked it, and threw it away. I was like, I'm good.
I never
I didn't know that either.
So
I never knew that.
So here's the thing is that when you say you could pay anybody's taxes, there have been black folks that helped you to be able to pay anybody's taxes. When you decide, it's very arrogant and very
arrogant. It's very arrogant.
But
real talk, Jay, B. McKnight has always been recognized as an arrogant person to begin with.
Right, it's very dismissive.
So,
like,
but can you really say Ice Cube is on that same plane as Brian McKnight?
I
don't think you can put him in the box with Kanye and Brian McKnight.
You can't.
Or Lil Wayne or 50 Cent. I think it's this. I find Ice Cube's antics to be highly misguided, considering the amount of people that he has around him. Like, fam, you should have really you know better. Like, you know better. Like, we all saw Straight Outta Compton. We already know that you've already been through a bad deal before. You couldn't see these warning signs before, fam. Chill out. You knew better.
I just really don't think.
I don't think this was. I don't think this is that type of situation though.
What situation do you think it is?
But I endorse Donald Trump. Cube has never. Yeah, Cube has never come out and said I endorse anybody. Yeah,
50 Cent has endorsed Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it's totally different.
But then,
that's why I said first, if you want to be mad at the timing, if you feel like some of it may have been misguided or he didn't have the team that you think should have been around him, I can hear you on that. But I can't hear nobody that say that he the same as 50 Cent or Lil Wayne.
Oh no. I don't find him.
Just like Brock was saying not too long ago. What does your brand say? 50 Cent been cooning for a long time.
Yeah.
Correct.
Lil Wayne been cooning a long time. Been about his money. He don't care about nobody else.
Correct.
He actually said that.
Ice Cube has on purpose when he got into the movie business, he put black folks to work.
Yeah.
He had all black people working his movies and his shows.
Yeah.
Even when he went on tour, he's always hired black people. He always been about people in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
but it is with a peculiar caveat though.
But this the thing. We're coming from a place looking from the outside. None of us are rich and famous. None of us can say that we can be in rooms that Ice Cube can be in. The same thing, like if you could say Ice Cube is wrong for who he's connected to, we really could say the same thing about Jay-Z.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Because they're all.
We would have to be canceling it. Cancel culture is crazy in 2020. They're all at this place of fame and money and stature that puts them in room with people that we probably would be like, but we don't have that money. We don't have that stature. We don't have that fame. Fair. So we don't know who we would want to connect with. I mean, when you become president, did Obama have a choice with who he had to be connected with? And just look at that. Look at how close Joe Biden and John McCain were. Totally different side of the aisle. They were very, very close to the point where Biden eulogized McCain, and they clearly had severe philosophical fundamental differences between them.
Correct.
And it didn't negate one's ability to do their job, their interpretation of the law. They were still able to, coexist. I just really feel like there's a difference between being associated with someone and actually going outright and vouching for them. I don't think Trump.
That's why I can't. for that reason, I can't, like you said, but I can't put Cube in the same box with Kanye and Wayne. I can't do that because Wayne, like you said, Wayne basically said verbatim, "I ain't got time for nobody who ain't got time for me," and that had signs behind it when he said it.
Yeah.
So in Kanye, same thing. Fool ain't been right since his mom died. Let's just be real.
True.
That's
He
real.
ain't been right since his mom died.
Yep.
So, and he's just looking for something or someone to identify with because he's lost himself.
I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna put it out here.
Kanye is peculiar.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna put it out here.
It's like
Kanye. Kanye West is about to be a victim of conservatorship. You heard it here first.
They're about to take over because he's losing his mind.
He's about to be he's lost it. No,
the Kardashians go take over. Kim go run his whole estate.
So
they already doing that. Every Kardashian that ever got connected to a black man done took over everything that he.
But they about to take it over for real.
No. I'm saying they're going right. So I'm saying that they're going to do the same thing that happened to, unfortunately, Britney Spears, which is conservatorship, which means that you can't even open up a Netflix account because you don't have the credit or the money that says so. So, like, I feel like they're going to take his money. They're going to put him in a position where he can't sign contracts, and he's about to be a puppet because
he has no self-control, man.
Right. I think that all this time when he is having these tantrums and everything else, the public has seen them. And he's one incident away, and finally the Kardashian monster is going to be like, in the state of California, which is very easy to do, as poor Britney Spears, they're going to be like, we're going to file for conservatorship, which means that we're going to become his legal guardians. And that means that we're going to take his assets away. And if he wants to sign a contract, we're going to handle from here. So in the next 2 to 3 years, Kanye West will be a victim of conservatorship. I just believe it.
Like I said, and I can't put those three in the same category because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
That's true.
You know, and Kanye doesn't have a pebble to let alone a rock to stand on.
Yeah.
He's trying his hardest with this show choir, which is really a smoke screen because he ain't really doing nothing. It's just the choir is entertaining. They sound amazing. And he's off in the sideline with this big Cheshire grin on his face because he thinks that we are going to look at him as being responsible for that. No.
Yeah.
That ain't you have your name attached to it. But like you just said, man, it's that conservatorship. I like that. The conservatorship, and it's just like the whole thing with the Kardashians. He's lost. And Wayne, same thing. How long do you expect us to just respect the Carter? We
can't even get the next mixtape drop. So I mean, I ain't really checking. We still too
busy trying to figure out what you got in your red cup. That's funny.
No, we know what he has in his red cup.
Oh, we know what he has.
It's dirty.
It's dirty Sprite forever.
Right.
Yeah, we know what's in his red cup.
Dirty.
And it might be something else up in that red cup by now.
Yeah, man. But it's just
he used to look like Rudy Huxtable. He don't look like Rudy Huxtable no more.
What?
Now he's Rudy Huxtable.
In fact, I have a great Dillard story about how.
Put a side by
side. Didn't he go to Dillard?
No. Let's talk about that. He didn't go to Dillard, but we threw a party on campus, right? The bros threw a party on campus. We was having the time of our life, and he showed up like 15 deep because we had promoted the party on the radio and everything else. He showed up
cash money, right?
Yeah, he showed up 15 deep with like dudes and was like, "Yeah, you know what's up? I'm here." And we was like, "Hey man, it's 10." He was like, "You don't know who I am," and I was like, "It's 10." I was like, "Fam, no, this is real talk." Because he was like, "It's 10."
What you mean?
He was like, "It's 10." I was like, "It's 10." He's like, "You don't know who I am?" I was like, "Yeah, I know that you and your 15 boys. It's 10. That's who I know who you are." Period. So he tried to buck up. Now, mind you, I'm every bit of 5'7", respectively.
And G from the 313.
And this dude is like 5'1", maybe. Like, so I'm like, fam, chill out.
Soaking wet.
Yeah, fam, chill out. Because if these 15 dudes disappear, I'll make you disappear. Chill out. Like, you know, it's 10. Like, this is like this. We trying to raise money for scholarships. We ain't got your money. Come on.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
My camera don't work. So anyway,
I'm saying, hey, did y'all hear the snapback though? He was like, shh, these 15 niggas get out of here. I'll show you.
It's 10. I'm G from the 313, baby. Don't let this dealer fool you, son.
Right, like, you know, like I look. So all that to say is he rolled out, but all that to say is the entire time, you know how this is like discernment, right? This is part of being older, is discernment. I realized that I wasn't even talking to a sober man. Like, this dude had like cough syrup, Sprite, and like in his cup, and codeine, and like,
but he was like all of 7 back then.
No, he wasn't.
He was like 17 then, though.
Wayne's not that young, y'all. It's a trick.
He like 3 years younger than us, ain't he?
Right.
I don't know. That's debatable.
Yeah, he's around our age, but
he
still.
Ain't that much. He ain't older than us.
Because he started back then. He was about 18, 19.
He's 38. He was born in 1982.
Yeah. Yeah. So like the same thing. Yeah. So like, you know, I'm clearly every bit of like, you know, 20, whatever. He 18, but you know, he rolling with goons plus, and I'm just like, come on, dude. Like, you really rolled up to a college campus. Don't do this.
He really is our age.
Yeah, that's to say. It's like we
just look hard.
Like we give him a lot of passes because we think he's younger, but
he was like 15 when he started with Cash Money, and they was all grown, but he was like.
I see 15. What you did there. I see what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we saw him,
I mean, but we was all college. We was all college age when Wayne hit. You know what I'm saying? So.
He was just starting. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Fake the Funk, because baby girl, woo, we was shutting it down.
I used to love Fake the Funk.
That was
my God. I did Fake the Funk all 3 years. I did Fake the Funk all 3 years I was there. Thank you very much.
I came 1 year. I had a good time.
My freshman year, we was Destiny's Child. My sophomore year, we was TLC. My junior year, we did a whole Bad Boy medley with Lil' Kim, Notorious B.I.G., and I was Lil' Kim.
I'm about to say, I thought you were about to say you were fake. I'm like, come on now.
No, I was way smaller.
Come on.
I was way smaller. So I had like I am on my stomach. It was hilarious. And I had on somebody else's shorts because I didn't have no shorts. I didn't have no provocative clothing in college. And the girl that was in the room saying, like, you can borrow my shorts. I got some shorts. And like, after I found the video and saw the video, like my whole ass was out in front of Michigan State.
You was Lil' Kim. Queen Bee.
I was Lil' Kim for real.
I was Lil' Jim.
Lil' Kim the Queen Bee.
Not Lil' Jim, not Lil'
Jim. Yeah, my
Shall
whole
I proceed?
I didn't see
well, since we had talked about the election, I'm gonna just say since I was on my phone, it says that Biden has 264 and Trump only has 214. So just want y'all to know.
I'm waiting on Nevada and Arizona.
He's got Arizona.
He just got Arizona.
Who got it?
He just got it.
They wait.
Biden got Arizona. The only thing is waiting is left is Nevada.
Yeah, he waiting on Nevada
and Georgia, right?
Even Georgia was close.
No, Georgia and Philly. It's that thing. Georgia and Philly and Pennsylvania have still yet to be decided.
Okay.
Even all he needs is 6 points.
All he needs is 6 from Nevada.
They are mad. Let me tell you how mad they are that Georgia is as close as it is. Because Stacey Abrams brought out the fire in 2018. And when Nancy Pelosi took the Senate and became the Speaker of the House, that flipped things in 2018. So they're really mad now. Georgia is not supposed to be as close as it is.
Neither is Pennsylvania because
neither is
of
Pennsylvania.
because of Atlanta and Philadelphia.
Well, I mean, Biden is
Pittsburgh too.
Pennsylvania boy.
Yep.
You know, Biden got that homegrown vote because he I'm Scranton.
Yeah.
But also,
Delaware, Scranton.
I would say this. This will be my political moment because I love stuff like this. I talk about this stuff all the time.
Come on, political.
Okay, so what if I'm going to be bipartisan here? So I'm going to put my bipartisan face on.
Okay.
What the Republican Party did was that they failed to understand mail-in ballots and early voting. They believed that if you showed up to the polls, that your vote counted and that was it. So basically, the incumbent was counting his chickens before they hatched. Now we're in a world where these mail-in ballots are coming into play, and he's realizing how unpopular and how unsuccessful he was as a sitting president, and it's hurting his feelings. He said back in 2019 that he would not be a one-term president. So he's now going to do everything in his power to make sure that's not so. He's already filed suits. Right. He's already filed lawsuits in Pennsylvania, Georgia, and in Michigan because of that. The real MVPs moving forward are going to have to be the election directors of each state. They're going to have to make sure that all of their polling and all of their rosters are up to date, that they've made sure to remove any citizens that have deceased, because that's how he's going to try and get and call for a fraudulent election. I believe that he will win Georgia, which will make the most beautiful poetic justice. As a sitting president, he disrespected a war hero and a civil rights icon, and one from the state of Arizona, being John McCain, and of course the incomparable John Lewis. I believe that they are in heaven working things out to make sure that they give him one last middle finger before he moves out of 1600.
I love it.
Come on, poetic justice.
That's my poetic moment.
I love
I told you don't sleep. I'm a professor.
There you go, Professor G.
Professor G from the 313, baby.
Professor G from the 313, and I approve this message.
Let me show you how poetic justice ain't just a movie. Come on.
Hey.
Professor G from the 313. And I approve.
Professor G has spoken. Professor G has spoken.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, that's your song from now on, dog.
Yes, sir.
You got a own theme song. Only do it.
I will definitely take. Oh, last thing. This is the last moment. What he's done to me is, out of all the highly unpresidential moments that he's done, is that he has disobeyed the Constitution once again by telling states to stop counting votes just because he was in the lead. That's a dangerous thing to do, and stand behind the presidential seal.
He said he wanted the states that he was losing in to continue counting, and the states that he was winning in to stop counting. That's what he asked for.
That is clearly.
No, I thought he wanted Michigan to stop because he was losing.
No.
He wanted he wanted the states that he was losing in to continue to count so he could get more votes. The states that he had already secured, he didn't want any more votes counted, because to what G's point was, he didn't understand the importance of the mail-in vote. And so when they first tabulated the in-person ballots and those started showing red all over the country, he was like, all right, stop counting. I'm not on one. I don't want one up, sir, because we still have absentee and mail-ins to count. And now things are turning purple, and now things are turning blue. And then he said, no, I'm going to file an injunction. Y'all went past the deadline to count. Y'all can't count no more.
Right.
So that's what they tried to be slick and shut down the absentee and mail-in voting process. He tried to do it on purpose, which is why they had this random law passed that, you know what I'm saying, it had to be in by a certain time or the vote didn't count.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Back to the original question,
if you sent your mail out, if you mailed your ballot in and it didn't arrive by 8 a.m., if it didn't ride by 8 a.m. on the 3rd, you know what I'm saying? So they was trying slick stuff from the jump, you know what I'm saying, to kind of just to skew the numbers or whatever.
Yeah,
so
right,
he getting what he deserved. This is karma.
Right.
And I love because like when you talk about originally when you talk about how important this pandemic has been to society, the election is another thing about it, because before now nobody had such an emphasis on mail-in voting. Like I was so used to walking into the facility, filling out my ballot. Cool, here you go. On election day, I did my thing 2 weeks ago. So
right.
I did absentee.
I did my thing 2 weeks ago, and so I needed to get this done quick, fast, and in early.
This was my first time doing absentee.
Me too.
And I was a little iffy on it. I was really iffy. Like, are they gonna try to do something where my it's lost, my ballot is lost? And I was like, maybe we should go in, but
I think, like you said, because Tuesday they haven't even counted all the mail-ins yet.
Right.
Yeah, Tuesday they counted the day of first.
Yeah.
All the mail-ins and absentees haven't even been counted yet. That's what.
But can I tell you why?
That's what they're counting right now. That's what they're counting right now.
Yes.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes, dear.
So I cannot theoretically put on scrubs, walk into Harper Hospital, and claim to be a surgeon.
Sure. Correct.
Okay. Why is it that for the presidency of the United States of America, there is no collegiate requirement for that position? It's just age and birth.
And that's the problem. So the problem is that if you, it's the only job in the world that you can apply for with technically no experience. Like you can literally say, I want to be president of the United States. And if enough people agree with you, or most importantly, you have enough money, then it's going to happen for you. And that's the conflict of that position. And we're seeing this, and we're seeing this more so than anything in regards to in regards to the incumbent, right? Yeah. People voted for him.
Guess what? When I get Mega Millions, I'm running.
Right. Period. Like, I'm gonna be real with you, and I mean this in the bottom of my heart. If I'm a millionaire, the last thing I would want to be in the United States is president of the United States. It is literally the last thing I'd ever want to be. However, you have somebody who is not really a millionaire, who owes close to $1 billion in debt, $1 billion in debt, who is also extremely jealous of a black man because they've achieved the impossible and he wanted his opportunity at it. So he knows that he can't beat Obama. So the best thing he can do is tie him. So that's the reason why he is so hard. It's so hard for him to let this election go, and why he's going to do everything in his power in the next couple of months to really stay president. I'm telling you that more than likely there's going to have to be a decision by the Supreme Court to physically move him out of the White House. Now, this is the peculiar thing about him. How's that going to work? The thing about it is that he can honestly save his legacy as a man by doing one thing and one thing only.
Resign?
Nope. I lost and I'm out.
He ain't never gonna do that. He's never gonna concede. He would never. Here's the thing.
But I'm gonna tell you this much. Honestly,
I don't even think that saves his legacy.
If I was one of his advisors, and mind you, being his advisor is a very difficult job, because you're also talking to, right. Oh God, no. You're literally talking to a man who had to be talked out of the following incident. And MSNBC did this really, really well. Do you know that when he recovered from COVID, the next day he had an event and he had a Superman shirt underneath his suit? You know, no. And you can look,
Yeah.
and you can look this up.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm surgical at this. I'm good at this shit. So here's the thing, right? He actually was going to take off his jacket and pull his shirt open to reveal that there was a Superman shirt underneath it. There were 2 hours of negotiations with this fool.
They actually
tell
considered
him.
it for 2 hours.
No, it was his idea. He had a shirt underneath it, and they had to tell him, bruh, don't do this.
Don't do
you know how hard you're spitting in the face of the 250,000 people that you let die due to your bad leadership? But here's the thing. He is, as many people want to say he's dumb, he's dumb, he's dumb, he's dumb. He's not dumb. He's actually very cognizant of the presidential story. What he wanted was a Frederick Delano Roosevelt story, which is, I've suffered with something, I relate to it, now I'm relatable to the people. Very much so like how FDR did with the polio.
Yeah, that ain't polio though. Polio is a debilitating disease that we can actually see, and we know you are wheelchair bound. You have leg braces on.
But again, man, Donald Trump, number one, is a politician, so he's
correct.
He has the gift of gab, and he's a celebrity. But I'm saying he's a celebrity. He loves being in front of a camera. He will never pass up a photo opportunity. This fool stood in front of a church with the Bible backwards, upside down and backwards. Right. Just take a picture. Just for a picture. And like you said, he opened his shirt on a Clark Kent kind of thing. Like, dude, who do you think you are?
He created more unrest to go out to do the photo op, because if you recall, DC was very turbulent at that time, and they had to erect because they had been looting and rioting and all this, that, and the third going on in the wake of Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Jacob Blake. Say whoever's name. Put a name in there, okay? Calmed all that down. Came out, did a 30-second press junket, and then went back over to the Rose Garden, act like nothing ever happened.
So let's talk about
being thrown and all that, less than 10 yards from you.
Mm-hmm. So the uncomfortableness about that moment is that church is literally right across the street from the White House. It's literally the equivalent of walking from Cass to that parking lot that we used to all park at. Mm-hmm. That's how close it is, right? Mm-hmm. So when he was asked in a debrief about that moment, he said, a reporter from MSNBC said, "Did you hold up your Bible?" He said, "It is a Bible." So let's stop right there.
It's not my Bible.
Two, he has never been inside of that church. No. That's the church that a good majority, like sitting presidents, have been in that church since the dawn of time, and he has never even sat in that church.
Devil.
Right.
They call it church. Don't they call it the Church of the Presidents?
Right. It is basically it's nicknamed the Church of the President. So if you go there, it's a Methodist church. You can go there anytime. It's open doors, and at any time you would see a president walk in. He's never been inside that church. Third of all, which is the payoff of it all in regards to him as a man, I guess, and I'm using that noun very loosely here, fam, is that he is not interested in American people. I believe that he owes so much money that the presidency is a hustle to help him pay off this debt.
That's it. That's exactly.
I agree with
that. Oh yeah, that's definitely what he's doing.
I firmly believe that because of the amount of money that he owes, that you better check the sink and all the silverware before he get out that bitch. Because I'm more than confident that he's going to sell it off to make sure to pay off this debt.
And he was probably making deals with people that he owe, so that he won't be in such debt. As the president, I can do A, B, and C for you.
Mm-hmm. He probably looking around right now like, "Yep, take that chandelier, take that bookcase, give me
take this rug. Nice lower into rug."
I mean, it's a lot.
100,000 off that there rug, you know.
It's a lot of money that he owes. Like, he owes a lot of money to people, and I think that it's like literally the scariest thing about
He owes
how
it to
much.
China. It's all about
Yeah,
China. He owes it to China.
I mean,
he owes
good.
it to. It's huge.
Like, it's a lot of
Huge.
damn money that he
Huge.
owes. Like, it's $1 billion worth
Everything is
of
great.
money.
Everything
It's
is great. I'm a winner. You're a loser.
Golly. But also this too. He has found a way to perfectly only speak his talking points, never answer the question.
Yeah.
Like literally, if you could be like, hey, Mr. President, what is 2 + 2? 2 + 2. It's a great question. They've got two numbers on both sides. They're both great numbers.
He's never
You got two over here, two over here. 4 may be your answer, depending on your country of origin.
But we
You
don't
never
know.
know. We don't
know.
know. But both great numbers.
It could be 3. It could be 5. We don't know.
He's never answered the question directly.
Great numbers on both sides.
It's the hands for me. He'd be like, I don't know. I don't know.
And he'll literally walk out before he answers the question directly. He'll literally end the interview before
he might tell you that's a racist question.
Right.
Might be not.
2 + 2? That's a racist question.
But
or he don't want Chandra. He don't want me and you to ask a question because from us we'll be nasty. We'll be nasty.
No, he doesn't like for people like y'all to ask him the question to begin with.
Right.
He don't like us.
Yeah, he don't like us. No.
Call it what it is.
I'm just saying he don't like us, period. But as far as y'all two, educated, powerful women, black women,
black women,
he don't want y'all asking him a question.
I ask my questions with a neck roll.
That's fine. and I would love you to answer this. $170 million to Dolce Bank, $62 million to Dolce Bank, $138 million to Ladder Capital, $11 million to professional banks, $7 million to Chevy Chase Trust and Holding, $25 million to Brian Mayer Trust Company. That's just a little bit of his debt. And there's the thing.
Where are those companies located?
So a lot of these companies are located in the United States and also have branches inside of China. So this is the concern, right? China. The concern is that
built the wall. We're gonna make them pay for it, and we don't like China.
Like literally, that's why I wish that I was the moderator for any of these debates. Immediately, I would have.
And Welker did a good job.
Oh, she did a great job.
Welker was the best.
Because
Welker was the best.
Because she clearly did one thing that was amazing. She set the rules of engagement. She was like, "Listen here, this is how it's gonna roll. If you say something crazy, do know I'm gonna give you this hand, and if I give you both, you know there's gonna be an issue." Like,
I mean, it's real.
I'm a black man. I've been speaking black woman sign language all my life. If I can keep you at 1, I'm good. If I keep you at 1, I'm good. But as soon as you go 2,
hands up, it's
if you go 2 and you want to grab things in the air that don't exist, if you grab things in the air that don't exist,
but wait, G. Not only now you can grab the air, but you talking with your hand.
No.
The neck roll.
So we express. I don't know if I like the way this is going.
No, you should. What you should.
Sign language for what you're not about to do. That's
right.
What
so
that
you should know. If I can keep you at 1, look, Chandra, listen. If I got you at 1, I'm good. Soon as you go to 2, there's a problem. Now my biggest threat is sympathetic rhythm of your disagreement. See, what did I tell you? Oh, that's what you're gonna do? Last time I knew, that's when I'm in trouble. Because you start clapping, I can't win now. Yeah. You're clapping. Yeah.
I don't hear a song. We're gonna have a neck, and we're gonna come at you. What? Yeah. No, not talking to me.
Grease. I'm just saying.
It's a dance move.
And the tone. Once that tone gets elevated, once the tone gets elevated,
I don't want no problems.
I think
Right.
Savannah Guthrie did an okay job. I really think that she was good with fact checking. I think she was good with kind of like counterpointing Trump, because you know he be trying to blow smoke, and she's like, but wait a minute, that's a lie. So we're not going to go out there and say that because you're lying.
With Kristen did not let him overtalk her.
Correct.
Well,
She didn't let him overtalk her because he tried as hard as he could to overtalk her, and she would not let him.
How disrespectful are you? How disrespectful are you to tell the moderator, hold on,
how to do her job? How to do her job? Right.
I'm going to finish this. I'm going to finish this first.
They're the whole moderator. How do you tell the moderator?
You talking to me? You talking to me? You're not talking to me. I said
By
we
the
done,
way,
we done.
By the way, I just want to point out that
like, what you're not gonna do, boo boo, is you're not gonna cut me off, and you're not gonna tell me, hold on, because I'm
BOOG
still
already said thanks for tuning in.
Like, right, because I was gonna say, we're clearly been going. Let me tell you something.
Overtime.
This is the best show in the world because BOOG was like, you know what? You Negroes are going to do all the hard work. I'm going to say something every now and then. Then I'm going to disappear. Then BOOG was like, I'm going to press a button, and we're going to dance to some music. I'm going to turn that shit off. Then I'm going to say something else, and then I'm going to disappear again.
And now I want a microphone. I want to be on the mic.
He going to throw in that same
She said you want a microphone.
I want a microphone, and I think we all need to have our own personal song.
Yep, absolutely. This is the Sparring Session.
Anytime you play this song, my camera don't work.
This is the Sparring Session after.
I don't know what my song gonna be.
What's your song gonna be? Oh, we gotta come up with songs.
No, now you gotta come up with a song.
Terrible.
I need a song with Jay.
Will?
I need a song with Jay on it.
I can't hear you.
Halo.
I said I gotta have a song with Jay on it.
Oh, Jay-Z. That's real.
Yeah.
You could do it, Jay-Z. What song I'ma have?
I don't know. I'm gonna find something that say Tangerine.
I want some of your passion.
Hey.
I got a song called Tangerine in my library now.
I need you not to laugh. I need you not to laugh at me. I need you not to laugh at me because I'm trying to get saved. That's all I got to say.
That escalated quickly.
No, I got Jay,
or
Jay,
right pace.
Oh Lord, you got a song for me.
I got something.
It better be
Jay.
a big song, but
we gonna turn up.
Hey, now this is house music, Tangent.
I know, not feeling it, but this her song, so I'ma feel it.
This techno.
I'ma fake it till I make it.
There you go.
Jit.
Look at him! I see you over there bugging. I see your arms moving.
Oh, trust me.
You like to run Bisco, ain't you?
What? Let me tell you something.
Don't get me started. I'm gonna get on the floor.
I'll get it, man.
I'm gonna get on the floor.
That's gonna be your joint.
I'm gonna get on the floor, baby.
Okay.
I'm just on the
Yeah.
floor.
I'm gonna have a song for everybody. Before you speak, your song will come on.
All right.
That is hilarious.
I'm ready. Woo-hoo. Hey.
This is great.
I'm gonna find something smooth for Brock. It's gonna be like real.
I know.
Brock might be a Joe, dog.
Oh shit!
Don't do that.
Brock came in smooth as hell. We got to watch Brock. Brock
Don't
out here
him.
joing them.
Don't show him. Don't show him. We're gonna have to get something a little smoother. You see, he started out with the Kim. He might have a little Kim, a little ski little down D. He may need to do a little Kim.
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Who is this?
That's Joe.
That's Joe.
Oh.
You fool for that one, bro.
If I was your man.
See?
What's
He
funny?
said, la, da, da, da,
Look,
da.
what's funny is I've done that for karaoke too. I have sang that one for karaoke too.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, I need a song.
You have to do
I know.
karaoke.
Let me see. I gotta find a song. I gotta find a song for Tangerine.
Found one for Tangerine, if you know what I mean. Hey.
Oh.
Hush, G from the 313. I see it all over your face. It's written all over your face.
Hey.
You don't
You
have
don't
to
have
say
to.
a
You
word.
don't have to say a word.
You don't
There you
have
go,
to
Tangerine. There
say
you
a
go.
word.
That's your
Hey,
song, Tangerine.
all right.
Flip the hair. Go ahead.
I can roll with it. Brown sugar. Brown sugar, babe. He get high off my love. He don't know how to behave.
But, by the way, I want you to notice how she threw that hair.
See, I got mine in a bun. Otherwise, if I took mine down,
Throw that hair, Tangerine.
She be throwing that hair.
see, if my hair was down, I would have been throwing it too.
They just
I'm
mad.
on bun son right now. I mean,
All
I
right,
take
so
my
look.
shit down. You know, it's mine. You know, I take it down.
That's real. So Boog's got to close out the show. So he's about to do it
Before we get out
right
of here-
now.
Before we get out of here,
Did you
We're
just
gonna-
get an email saying that?
just real.
Yes, I
quick.
did actually. It's right here.
You have the floor, Bug.
Oh,
Sorry.
we're gonna talk about verses real quick. What do
Oh
y'all
my
think?
God. It's like 4:00 in the morning. No, I'm just
You know what? I absolutely love it because again, it goes back to what we first started talking about DJ D Nice.
Yep.
It was the concerts. It was like a concert that we didn't have to pay to see.
Yep.
So when you talk about Jill and Erica, that
Yeah.
one was 3 hours. I was all in from song one, and then
Man.
you go from Jill and Erica to Patty and Gladys.
Yeah.
I mean that was like that's like my childhood.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, and then everybody's like, who's next? Who gonna do this? Who gonna do that? And you want to see who's next. Now Tim talking about putting Jodeci up against somebody, and everybody's like, Drew Hill, I want to see Drew Hill, I want to see this, I want to see that. So yeah, Versus is really cool. Shout out to Swiss and shout out to Timberland because it's like it's a concert that we don't have to pay to see.
That's real.
I wanted more. I enjoyed it. So let me start off with I really liked the verses. But I didn't see the first time it came on. So in my mind, I thought these people were actually singing. I didn't just think it was a catalog of their songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted a little bit more. In my mind, I wanted to hear them sing their songs and still do the talking and not just listen to the song. But I didn't.
Producers though. It started out as producers. It started out as a producer thing.
I never, you know what I'm saying? I didn't listen to it when it first came out. I was like, what is this?
The first verses was like Manny Fresh and Scott Storch.
Yep.
Okay.
And that was the first one.
Correct.
And so they started going head up with the songs that they produced. And then after that, it kind of, you know, it got a little bit bigger.
Babyface and Teddy.
Yeah, it just kind of
And
evolved.
T-Pain them got in it, and then you had the disaster with Teddy Riley and Babyface when
Oh yeah,
Teddy,
I think that was the first
Version
one I
version
saw.
1 and
But-
version 2.
That was a train wreck.
They cleaned it up though.
Right,
They cleaned
If
it up
that
the
one
second
had a-
time though.
it didn't matter. It didn't matter. If that had went right the first time though, that probably would have
Yeah,
did.
That's why everybody loves Jill. That's why everybody
Teddy Riley
loves Jill
came
and
to put on the
Erica.
show.
That, huh?
Who?
Yeah, Teddy Riley had came to put on the show.
Yeah, he
He
did.
was ready. He
Yeah.
He had a whole entourage.
that little.
Babyface was chilling in the studio with a guitar and a candle.
Yeah, he had a candle in the
Teddy
He
Riley had a whole
He
entourage.
said, "I'm about to unplug this shit for you." Is what I'm fixing to do. So
But
my least favorite verses was the one between Kenneth and Theodore. I was a little irritated. I felt as though Theodore did not come with his as a producer.
Who the heck is Kenneth and Theodore?
Kenny.
Babyface and Teddy
Oh,
Riley.
Teddy and
Oh,
Baby.
I didn't watch that. I saw a little bit. That was the first one I tuned into, and I was turned off.
I think that as musicians, we should not have had as many technical issues as we've had. These are professionals that, you know, it behooves them to do a sound check or at least do a test run a day or two before so they can figure it out.
Well, I'll say this first. I'll say this. When Versus started, they didn't expect for the issues that happened would happen that way because they weren't thinking of, hey, they was trying to keep it as they was trying to keep it organic, and they was trying to keep it simple. When people started not keeping it simple, that's when problems started to come into play.
I think that when they were on their own live, it was okay. But then when they tried to hook up,
the sound issue really became a thing when T-Pain and Lil Jon went against each other, because then people was like, I wish I could hear the music better.
Yeah.
So then the focus was, okay, what can we
gotta
do
hook it through the
to
studio,
improve the sound quality? So this is when
bring them together
this is when the iRig took off, because we weren't using that stuff before. This guitarists and musicians was using this, and they found out that they could use it as a converter, because you had to be able to use it to connect to your phone in order to even do it on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you could log onto your desktop like you could with Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
But
you
to that point,
so then it went like, okay, so now we're gonna do the iRig setup. Now the thing was, well, are people gonna be? Is their Wi-Fi gonna be straight?
Yep.
Everyone knows. Is their Wi-Fi connection gonna be good? You know
that was the second one, though. That was the second one. Let's count how many verses
what I'm saying is, before it even got to Teddy and Kenny, before he got to Babyface and Teddy Riley, the whole sound thing wasn't something that they were even focusing on.
Right.
And so the reason it became an issue was, some people it became an issue because they just didn't listen. Like Nelly, he didn't follow instructions, and he was in a bad spot in his crib, right?
Yeah.
So like I said, it's not like being on your phone is not the same as being on your desktop. Like, well, I'm in my basement right now. Nelly was in his basement where his studio was at, right? But he couldn't use an Ethernet cord like I'm using right now, where I have uninterrupted, you know what I'm saying, internet. He was using his phone. So the Wi-Fi, depending on your basement.
But that's my thing. You got all this mega money. Why are you using your damn phone Wi-Fi, sir? Why you not
also,
mega money ain't got nothing to do with the phones.
Well, a good one.
It was,
but we also know a lot of Nelly's money
was on his phone.
Yeah, a lot of Nelly's money went to Air Force Ones and what else.
Side note, but I would say that besides Eric and Jill,
stars.
Yeah, besides Eric and Jill, I love Kirk and Fred.
Yes, that was a good one.
That was a great.
That one was good.
I love Kirk and Fred. I could sit and, because that's, again, it was something. Again, it's a concert that we didn't have to pay to see, and it's the relief that we need.
Right.
That was that was right on time.
Teddy was the one artist that tried to give us a show. Unfortunately, it just didn't go right. Right. So
because when you think about it on paper, I mean, Teddy Riley and Babyface.
So then that's why Timbaland and Swiss after that was like, look, we don't want it to be that where you got to put on this full production. We really want it to just be one-on-one. Y'all got y'all songs in the catalog. This is the restrictions. This is what you can and can't do. You know what I'm saying?
20 and 20.
And the whole purpose is for y'all to be, play your catalog, celebrate each other's music. We want to keep it as simple and as organic as possible. You know what I'm saying? And so
because Babyface.
So which one was your favorite?
Huh?
My favorite.
Which one was your favorite?
My favorite. Ooh. My favorite ended up being Patty and Gladys.
Okay.
Because they gave us a little bit of what Tangerine was talking about. Gladys started singing over her tracks in the beginning.
They did well.
Yeah.
Her first.
Patty and Gladys was singing.
But Gladys was like singing. Like her
Gladys was singing.
Her first 3 songs, she sang the whole song all the way through. She had a backing track.
And didn't miss a note.
First 3, you know what I'm saying?
And didn't miss a note.
Correct.
Yeah.
Was killing it. And they ended up being the most entertaining.
And not only that, it wasn't just the music and the songs we loved. It was like a history lesson. They were telling stories in between each song. So I was like, dude, no wonder I love these two.
Yeah.
And then Dionne Warwick came out of nowhere and joined them for
that one was dope.
And for a finale. And I'm like, wow. I should have recorded this. I should have recorded this.
Really? Okay. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I was excited.
That was my favorite one.
I can say that was my favorite, but I did love DMX. Like when he did his prayer, that prayer did sound funny. I loved it. I loved it. It did something to my spirit. Woo!
That was a party. That wasn't a concert. That was a party. They had a ball.
Yeah.
Y'all dogs go.
I like Fabulous and Jadakiss, but I was just a little
irritated
that drunk.
Jada was a little lit. Jada was a little lit.
Irritated got that drunk. I was like, come on.
But I'll say this much. I knew he was in trouble when he was halfway through that bottle of Douce in song 4. I was like, oh no, brother. Brother. I've been there. I've been there before. I got a passport stamp from there. You've had no ice in that cup. You're in trouble.
That's straight alcohol in your system, sir.
Yeah.
That's straight.
Is there anybody that, because they're still doing verses, and of course, they got the one coming up or whatever. But is there anybody that has not gone that you would like to see?
Well, I would love to see Stokely and Raphael Sadiq.
Nice. That's a good one.
Because that means 2020 in mint condition.
And mint condition is my favorite group of all time.
Yeah.
They got a 20-song spree.
Right.
That's what rules are supposed to be. At this point, I think that everybody that has gone on verses are pretty much some of the only artists left that got 20 songs that would be willing to compete in that lane.
You have to have a catalog to qualify for verses.
Who can Mary J go against?
That's the thing. See, Tangerine, they tried to put her up against so many people. To me, when they said Mary J and Tony, I'm like, that's two different artists. When they said Mary J and Faith, I'm like, no. Faith would get housed. Faith wouldn't last.
Faith does not want that
Faith wouldn't last against Mary J. To me, now again, it's a different.
I don't think there needs to be a perfect pair.
It doesn't because as far as catalog is concerned, Mary, to me, now this is my personal opinion. Y'all can disagree, whatever. Mary against Tamia.
No.
I'm saying as far as cat.
20 songs.
No.
Tamia been in the game for 25 years.
That's not the point. That's not the point. To me, it's just like Kiki Wyatt. Kiki Wyatt got all the talent in the world, but only got My First Love with Avant. At the end of the day, Kiki Wyatt is a talent that nobody can deny, but she does not have the catalog. Tamia does not have the catalog. You want to be entertained from start to finish? Put Mary J. Blige up against Usher, and I bet you'll be dancing from start to finish.
But a guy against a girl, it's always been male.
It shouldn't matter if it's a guy against a girl.
I agree, because hits are hits.
We're talking about artists and artists.
It doesn't have anything to do with it being a woman or a man.
Mary J. and Usher, I can see that.
Let's do Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj.
Okay, so this is not
to finish.
Like new school versus old school.
Mary, you go from what's the 411 all the way up through. You're gonna find 20 solid hits that Mary got.
At least
you go all the way from Usher.
Let me know.
Now you're gonna find you 20 hits.
Because I'll say this much.
He already.
I'll say this much because I'll tell you what would be great about that versus. I would tell them to make it interesting. You tell the other artists, because we got so much music, this an album you can't pick songs from. Ooh. And I bet it would still be amazing.
No.
I'm serious.
That's unfair. That's unfair.
Oh, I don't know. I think it'd be great.
He might pick the album with "Time on My Hand."
Yeah, you gotta open up the whole everything. You gotta open it up.
Okay.
You gotta open it up.
That's fair.
You gotta come with the low key hits that people forgot about. You know what I'm saying?
So,
you gotta come with the ones that make dog, I forgot that was on the charts. I forgot that had a run, you know.
So think about it as far as catalog, we're talking catalog.
Use your teacher voice, but
I got a suggestion. So, like, if it was Mary J and Usher, what I would like to see is you play your 20 hits, but it's got to be hits without features.
Correct.
That's fine.
There you go.
That's fine.
But Usher don't have flat hits with features, do we?
Yeah, he do.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Because a lot of artists have been cheating because they had strong features or they were the feature on somebody else's song and they used
but Timbaland and Swiss set it up where they could use their features though, because some of them artists, some of their biggest hits was them being a feature. You know what I'm saying? So
because when Snoop did Beautiful with Charlie Wilson.
For these two in particular,
that's a good call.
I would say Mary J and Usher, y'all doing it. Okay. Pick songs with no features. Do your 20 songs.
They got enough material to do that.
They do.
Because off the break, that takes What's a 411 off the table. That takes Usher's Yeah off the table.
Yeah. They're gonna wash each other. They're gonna have a wash with what they can and can't play, but they still, I believe, have enough strong material with just them as a solo artist without the features. I still think it would be a valid.
It'd be dope.
What about Anita and Sade?
Sade ain't got enough. That's my girl.
I'm not a Sade fan.
Sade got hits.
So here's the thing.
But that would have to be a 10 for 10.
Yeah.
So here's
Sade got 20 hits. Sade got 20 hits.
Here's mine. Here's mine.
But I wouldn't put her with Mary J.
All right, here's mine. Controversial. What type of middle school boy were you? Here we go. Jodeci versus Boys to Men.
I'm thinking Boys to Men.
I'm Boys to Men all day long.
What? But wait, when you said Jodeci, I immediately thought of
Feenan.
I thought of
Drew Hill.
Drew Hill. Because they're more alike in style.
No, Tangerine, that's supposed to be the next one. Tangerine, that's supposed to be the next one. That's supposed to be the next one coming up.
What?
Jodeci is supposed to be pitted up against Drew Hill for the next one.
I'm predicting the future.
Okay, so here's mine, and it's not art.
Said anybody with Mariah? Anybody want to see Mariah in
the
versus?
Nah.
Mariah got way too much music, but she don't want to compete with nobody. You can only those are like unicorns. You got to put Janet.
Mariah flat out said she wouldn't go against Mary J.
Janet and Mariah, I would watch that.
I would too.
I would
the only
too.
person I would watch battle Janet would be Michael. Hands down.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Actually, I would like to see Mary J and Janet. Actually,
that would be fun too.
Nah.
Man,
but
please.
Here's mine. I don't want artists. I want producers.
Okay.
And I want Rodney, the Dark Child Jerkins, against Brian, the Michael Cox. That's what I want.
That's a good one.
That's hot.
That's a good one.
You talk about music. That's music all day long. That's straight 90s.
Catalog. That is now opening up pop.
Right.
You got multiple genres with them two producers. That would be entertainment from start to finish. And they got well more than 20 songs.
Yes.
Well,
Which also brings in this. Though I think he's a terrible, terrible human being. And it broke my heart when I won't
not
say
Robert.
I won't do
Not
it.
Robert.
I won't do it.
Don't do it. Not Robert.
When I found out,
sir.
like so here's the thing. My favorite 112 song is "Crazy Over You," and it broke my heart when I realized that it was written by Stevie J. Stevie J. I would want to put Stevie J versus Candace Burrs.
Candy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because they
Yeah.
write.
For some,
They writing skills.
They write.
And writing.
Candy can write. Candy
Because
can write.
because in my mind, when we slow down, Candy got some stuff. And when you take in consideration the amount of stuff that Stevie J has written, Stevie J has written some songs of our soundtrack that we go, oh damn, he wrote that. Like I tell you,
I had to listen to this stuff.
R. Kelly did too, and he ain't even in the conversation no more because everybody canceled him.
But wait a minute. When you said
Ooh.
Candy, what about Escape versus SWV?
Who?
That'll work.
Escape versus SWV.
that would work.
I don't. I'm not mad at.
We talk about Mike. We talk about R. Kelly. What about Mike?
Who's
R.
Mike?
Kelly, R. Kelly and Michael.
Oh, I don't think of Mike because he's not here. He did.
I have a happy hour joke, but I can't tell it right now.
Tell it. Come on, it's happy hour.
Escape
All right, here we go. Here's my happy hour joke.
I like that.
Oh,
Escape versus SWV.
it's dark, so you got to imagine that we all had like 7 drinks, and I've ordered like another order of buffalo wings, and everything's on my tab. Because when I do happy hour, everything's always on my tab because I'm ignorant.
I'm coming
Ready? No, please do, because I'm a great time. So whenever someone says, "Ooh, R. Kelly should do a versus," they say, "Well, who should he go against?" I go, Epstein. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't
Disrespectful.
laugh. Don't.
Disrespectful.
That's terrible. And on that note, I want to thank everybody for tuning in.
God bless you and good night.
I had fun. Thanks, Boog. This was the best ever. I love
loved
y'all.
it. I love
It was a
it.
good time.
This is awesome, brother.
Oh, man.
Ear high fives. Ear high
Look.
fives.
So for everybody that tuned in, appreciate y'all tuning in. This has been the Sparring Session Music and Sports Podcast with Boog and Friends, Miss Tangerine,
Co-host.
Professor G, Jay on my grind, and my man Brock. I appreciate y'all kicking it with me tonight.
This is
Y'all will see them again.
Yes,
I
sir.
heard the email.
We'll be back next week. According
Next
to the
week,
email.
part
We'll
2.
see them again.
Email.
It's the remix
Email. We will be back.
with our,
Yeah.
own, custom, with our
Lord.
own custom theme songs.
We definitely gonna have a custom theme song. So now that you said it, I'm about to have everybody that's a guest gotta pick a theme song.
Oh, I got
And we
you.
all have to have our drink. Next time, I'm going to have some Uncle Nearest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Well, next time I'm gonna have some Jameson.
Hey.
Chill. Okay.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm gonna have my Crown Apple, so you know.
Come on, Crown Apple. What you gonna have, Brock?
I don't know.
Brock drinking
Ginger
Trey Douce. He'll be 2/3 through the bottle.
No.
I'm gonna let him live his life.
Real talk, I don't even drink like that, so I'll take it.
Brock gonna
That's
have
real.
a ginger ale. It's gonna be a ginger ale.
ain't
Take
trust
it
people
to
that don't
ginger
really
ale.
drink.
Shut up.
Wait a minute. What are you doing? Shut up. It was something you
Talking
just
about
said.
Boog, talking about ginger ale.
Trust somebody.
Ain't no little Canada Dry, okay?
Yeah,
You said what?
Clear. There's nothing wrong with a little Canada Dry.
not at all.
I mean, we got to always ask the question when people talk about they drinking pop.
She like, you pregnant? No, ma'am.
Are you
I
on
just like
antibiotics?
No,
With
either. None of the above. I just like Canada Dry.
Right.
You know that's what people be thinking when
Hey,
you're not drinking like.
hey, I like Canada Dry too. So listen.
Especially when it's cold.
Yes.
Period.
Yes,
Canada
sir.
Dry, give me a burner.
Burner's so sweet.
Yeah, Verner's too sweet, but Canada Dry.
I like them
Canada
both.
Dry.
I like them
Canada
both.
Dry is great.
Mm.
Then it's also part of one of my favorite
If
mixed
I
drinks of
want-
all
if I want
time.
some- If I want something with a little more kick, I get Verner's. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
When I need
Burner's
that
is
little
all
kick.
sweet now.
But
After
when
drinking
but
Canada Dry
look.
for so long, I can taste the
But check this out.
Difference. It's the big difference.
Mix Canada Dry with your favorite drink.
That's true. It's undefeated.
You saying mix Canada Dry with Jameson?
Listen,
Yes.
you'll be surprised.
It ain't gonna taste right with cognac.
That's correct. Or you
I don't drink pop in liquor. I like
That's fair.
juice.
Unless you want to have one of my favorite drinks.
You'll be surprised.
Which is
You'll be surprised.
It's called a Sunny G. It's a lemonade, Patron, and lime juice.
And when
there's
you
no
serve,
pop.
you got to say same OG.
You know what?
Hey, I started to play it, but I'm not. We had to end the show.
Camera's off.
When you serve it on the platter, you gotta walk it up to the girl like same OG and give it to her.
Well, when I have the Sunny G, you gotta have the sad car.
Oh, I love sidecars. I'm in for it.
Oh,
I'm here for that.
I ain't never had a side car.
We definitely.
Oh my God, we gotta have a sidecar night. Everybody has to have sidecars, yes.
Oh, let's do sidecar karaoke.
Oh, now they would make it. I would probably sing after a couple sidecars. I may do like a whole little album.
Y'all ain't ready for me. See, by the next show, I'll be done learned another song.
I'm gonna practice one.
Y'all is crazy.
See, I heard that. You got a little vibrato.
We got some great ideas. We gonna talk about it off camera. So
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. Thank you for kicking it with us, listening to us, making your comments and stuff. Everybody on Facebook, everybody on Mixcloud, Twitch, and YouTube. We appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to the Sparring Session.
This has been fun.
And friends,
It's
and we will see you next
fun.
Wednesday, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Peace.
Princess, see y'all later.